What's good, everybody? I'm back again. It's PR Corey. If you don't know the name, you might be new to the channel, so you might not be able to read the name. I forget that sometimes. So the name is PR Corey to the newcomers. And today, what I'll be talking about is the Nazca Lines and the 45 degrees from a deeper perspective. Basically, I'll be doing firsthand research. You'll be seeing me on the, surfing the web and everything. And first off, I wanted to start off the video by talking about the just briefly showing the 8 point star like I had showed in my previous videos. I wanted to show it in clarity, but I was showing it from my phone because I didn't have the StreamYards thing going at that time. But I wanted to show it in clarity as far as the 8 point star in the previous video that I had watched. And let me see. And this is to all the purpose of me doing this is to take note, and record everything that I'm, finding, dealing with what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go straight to the part.
Sabbath through.
Now, like I said, with the number 7 and 2, right here you clearly have two sevens. This is what I was talking about last time. You have two sevens right here, and right here you have two equilateral triangles. If you connected the extension, the outer points of these two diamonds right here, 1 point and 1 point, and that point and that point, and a vertical line straight down the center horizontally, not vertical line, but horizontal line straight down the center, that will create a cube basically.
Through their generations as an everlasting covenant. Since 100 is days, Aleph and Yehovah are being revealed in days, and the covenant of the Shabbat is being revealed in 1000.
So that's why I say my work doesn't really just encompass 4 and 5. You see the numbers four. This really shows the purpose of this video when I was showing this is to show um, just the depth of, with gematria at its core, with numbers and everything. A lot of people don't get, she talked about the metric system and everything because we use everything that we use for a reason. Now with 441, that's why I've been saying 4, 4, and 1. I'm also going to show you out as well because I know some people probably say, well, why would you add the 4 and 1 together? You could have chose to add the 4 and the 4 together. Why choose the 4 and the 1? What puts them together? Those are good questions. That somebody would ask. I'm literally saying that that's a good question that somebody would ask. That I ask myself when I make my moves that I make. But it's because I notice certain things when I look at patterns. That's why I come to the conclusions that I come to and say the things that I say. Um, four and of course, adding 4 and 1 together and 441, that number would equal 4 and 5. But you could have added 4 and 4 and then got that one left over. Either way it go, you're gonna get 9. You can't change that. But 7 and 7, that equals 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. So this number 14 is one of the things that I've been talking about too. Anything that has the sum, the numbers 4, 1, and 5, 5, 1, and 4, 4 plus 5, and because the number 9 I've been showing, 9 equals line, and nine a line is the number 1. And at the end of the day, when you deal with the number 1, the number 10, so 10 and 9 are very synonymous. That's why I say that 9 technically is 10. It's the end of the line. That's where the counting process starts back over. 9 and 10 is very much the same. But anyway, just to keep it playing.
Before we continue with 9, let's have a quick glance at what happens when the Shabbat square rotates at 45 degrees. See the emergence of Shabbat lights all around? 207 is the Hebrew word for light, or. 9 is an archive containing numerical, mathematical, and geometric
So 207, shout out to you, bro. I see you. 2 and 7 is right across from each other. 7 and 7 added together equals 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. So it's the same numbers that's on my stuff with 2 and 7. And the box, like I've always said, the square is made at 2 and 7. And when you take with the division and everything, when you divide a circle up and cut it up into different sectors and stuff like that, with the decimal point, all of that stuff comes back into play here.
information and other truths that we can understand. And the nonagon, the geometric expression of 9, contains a treasure box of Hebrew symbols, as implied in the Book of Formation. Let's draw a circle with a 100 diameter. The circumference 314 is the name Shaddai or Metatron. 314
Now that's 9. That's separated. They separated into
derives from pi.
9 sections. But the key of what I was showing when I was watching this with Kelly Green last time, is that at the end of the day, separating something, the center point is what has to be, counted when you count the points and everything. When you cut a circle up, if you cut a circle up, into 8 sections like a pizza, you're gonna get, 8 rays, but that center point is gonna make the ninth point, because without that center point, none of it would exist equilaterally. So, pretty much I just wanted to show that right there with the 8 pointed star, and how this with gematria and all of this stuff goes into, they continue to show in depth and everything. The spiral of life with the vortex based math, uh, the number 86, 8 and 6 is also across from each other, which 8 plus 6 also comes out to be 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. So, this is just, I mean, this can, you can go back and
Is
watch
good.
this. It's called the number 9 Kabbalistic Nonagon and the Golden Ratio. So anybody who wants to go back and watch this can go back and watch it. And yeah, from that point, to keep it moving a little faster, I'm gonna pull up my drive real quick, and I appreciate that, bro. I do appreciate it 100%. I do. And let me pull up the drive next, because I got some files that I updated, that I wanted to be seen. I'll share the screen in just a second. Make sure I'm in the right account. Yeah, I appreciate you coming through too, man. I do. Now, the other thing, one thing that I wanted to point out with this, I'm glad it came up first. So the first thing you got to see pop up is y'all people in the future and everything as you watch this, because I'm gonna keep this up. Uh, First thing I wanted to show, it should have been and came up, but it should have loaded a while ago. But here you go, a square, and it's a reason why I chose a square. I released a video where I showed, you know, compiled some videos together, compilated some videos together about the E8 and everything. Apparently, they based their stuff upon the center of a circle, just like we saw all of that information just then about the circle. I based all of my information on the square for a reason, especially with the active measuring and everything, linear measurement, um, because that's what everything comes down to. So the square, as we look at it, if we made a 45-degree angle in the square, if I told somebody to draw this, it'll go from, of course, from corner to corner. Anybody would know that, because this is 90 degrees, and I'm just pointing out what 45 degrees is. This is how, when I look at the Nazca lines, this is for people who think and say to themselves, how does he know that that's 45 degrees? He's just saying that, just because it looked like it. Don't know it. I mean, it's common sense, because once you know what a straight line is and what a 90-degree line is, not line, but right angle, it's very easy to tell what a 45-degree, line is, emerging from the complete center of, right angle. But anyway, if this were a cube, because this is a square, but somebody would also have to realize this could also be a cube from two-dimensional space. Well, one thing that I just realized, and this goes into another discovery that I had made, when it comes to when it comes down to the inverse square law, the right angle is what's going to always carry out that math consistently. That's the thing. It's always going to carry out that math of the 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, the odd number rule. I've went over that in the past. But a 45-degree angle, when it comes to bees and people saying how do bees fly, and they speculate that they got some type of electromagnetic, energy going on with them to help them stay afloat. That square that you looked at is just like this. I can't zoom in anymore. They don't have Zoom available, but I might have to pull one up. But if I told somebody to look at this cube and from this center, somebody could say this is a hexagon, yes, but the lines right here automatically make it a see-through cube, a transparent cube. Now, if I ask one to take, like I asked and showed that with this square, to draw a 45-degree angle, let's say that this is a cube, and I said draw a 45-degree angle running through that square, not the face, but through the square, it's through the cube itself. I mean, you wouldn't put it on the face. That's why I just said not face, because if you just drew a 45-degree line on the face, that wouldn't work, right? Of course, you would have to go from this corner up here, which would be the front corner, and it will have to go back into the cube at a back corner, at a, straight to the back at the bottom, to the bottom corner back here. Okay. And you would be looking at it from up here at this corner, and you would be up here basically on, it would be a line, but it would be going in towards the back. See, this has to do with three-dimensional, going from 2 dimensions to 3 dimensions. Because see, I could have just kept that line. I could have said, okay, put a 45-degree class, put a 45-degree angle through this cube, and the person would have ended up drawing it, and it could have ended up right here where you see this line right here with this corner, this line right here, and this to this point right here in the center. That's where their line would have been at, and it would have stopped right there. But that's not what I'm saying. Where would the 45-degree line that I just said, if you draw it and it goes from the back, from the front up here at the top all the way to the back in the inside, where would that 45-degree line be going? You wouldn't be able to see it. That's the amazing thing that I realized. You would not be able to see the line. The line is the center point. You get what I'm saying? And that's various. That's extremely powerful. That's a big find, man. The 45-degree line specifically within a cube, from taking it from two-dimensional from the square to this point, the 45-degree line from the corner, which would be up here, the front corner up here, which would be right here where I'm about to point at. The front corner is right here in the center. Well, the back corner is right there in the center too, because this is an isometric drawing. This is the same type of, this is called a technical, like an isometric drawing. So the 45-degree line it's the center line, literally. So if you stuck a pole right in the center, that line would be, from the back corner, it will come up straight to the corner right there. So I wanted to point that out, as far as, and you can tell that this right here is very easy to make, right? As far as the lines, why didn't any of those Nazca lines within this video that I'm about to re-review with y'all who watch in the future as well, how come none of those lines, is what I'm pointing out, was at any other angle besides 45 degrees? It was only 8-pointed stars. You can see how easy it is to make a 6-pointed star right here. It's no more difficult than an 8-point star. An 8-point star might be more difficult, actually. So at the end of the day, this right here is something that we didn't even see in the Nazca lines. So to move on, what I was pointing out last time as well, with the PR aspect in gematria, at the end of the show, I was saying this about the primitive right, like I was saying, of Memphis. So Memphis is right where I'm from, okay? In Arkansas / because you got West Memphis and you got Memphis. But you got here I am, and they speculate on, and a lot of people say, United States is like the new Egypt and everything. I get where they're coming from with that. PR comes out to be 34 in gematria when you add P and R together. So it comes out to be 34. And 34 is a highly Of course, it's one past the 33, and it comes out to be seven. But I was born in the seventh month, okay, and 4.5 with the whole thing going on there with the Cancer zodiac, the fourth house, Leo, all of that stuff. Now with this right here is an 8-point star, the same exact geoglyph that you see with the Nazca lines. Now these are the degrees that are higher up. That's why the primitive right is so significant, because all that most people talk about in these communities, they only gonna talk about the Scottish right and the York right, because that's all that they really know. I never hear anybody bring out the right with the higher degrees, which is the primitive right. So what am I with my I've made a discovery that's higher than what people know about the 33 to Christ degrees, the 33rd degree. And that's why I show with gematria, Corey and Corona come out like the Corey virus, coronavirus, they all come out to be the same in gematria. Uh and that's why I say so in the beehive you can see right here. So like I was just saying, the Mason, that's the symbol right there, going back to what I was just saying about the hexagon. Now I talked about something called the invert. I know I'm kind of everywhere, but that's just how I am with the inverse square law. So with the inverse square law, that goes right back into what I was saying. Uh, Upon me realizing that my stuff tied into something that was already known, which is the inverse square law, my discovery showed me something and it made me speculate on something else. Inverse cube law, which is something I see no information on the internet. Because if there is an inverse square law, there should also be, it has to be an inverse cube law as well. It's just not anything that's out there prevalent or discovered that's seen any significance behind it yet. But that I just voiced, the inverse cube law, would deal with the act of anti-gravity, like I was saying, because the inverse square law already deals with that. And I use the word gravity for lack of better words because it's something that most people know, and I'm not about to argue about just what the name of what word I'm using, okay? Because I'm not about to go into all of that silly stuff. It is what it is. Uh, if you take offense just by a word, it show where your conscience is at, you know, and this is real. So you got a hexagon right here, and that's where the whole dimension aspect of floating and because if you operate on a different dimension, you're gonna operate within another dimension different through the viewpoint of things that's in that dimension, and I hope that that can be comprehended. But let me go to the recent actually I put that in the Nazca lines actually. I put it in the Nazca line folder. Well, this is recent, so that's cool. But yeah, this is going into the courts and stuff. This is the beehive, like you can see right here. Uh, this is the beehive. And if you think this is a lattice, that's why I was showing with that E8 video. I don't subscribe to the whole, I know it's a theory. I'm not concluding on it or anything. I'm never just concluding on anybody else's information. I only conclude on what I can work on and do myself, improve myself through my own information. And this right here is a lattice slash a crystalline design. It's something that repeats itself over and over congruently, over and over and over. And that's amazing, how bees can do that, to measure out geometry like that. And that's amazing to me. I just wanted to show that real quick. This is showing, I think, the actual picture of, the great architect of the universe. And I was saying the date. So this was made in 1250. Well, the Mandelbrot just made his discovery of the Mandelbrot here recently within these centuries. This says 1250 right here. So how did Mandelbrot discover what he discovered later on? But this was already created. That's the Mandelbrot set design right there. So it's either this right here is showing that computers was around back then, because that's the only way that you could see something like that. This is not something that we see in nature. That's a fact. So it's either computers with, this is a sign that computers were around, and or it's just something is, I mean, something is up with that, just period. That's something else. The Vitruvian man, this is all the stuff that basically I was, briefly trying to go over last time. I'll go into the Transformers movie, one of my favorite movies here, Transformers the Revenge of the Fallen here recently. Now you just saw me bring this one up right here. Y'all saw that one, but this is me showing how I know what 45 degrees is, and I don't just be estimating. Like I know what 40 like it's not hard to know what 45 degrees is. So you see this right here is a straight line, okay? So imagine if you took a straight line. Anybody with their common sense, you don't even need a ruler to create a plus sign, okay? To create a simple plus sign, which is a perpendicular uh, action going on, basically a vertical line and a horizontal line. So that right there will create a plus sign. If I told you to turn and put a plus sign perfectly halfway in between the rays of that first plus sign, you know what you're gonna get is exactly this right here. Now I ain't even have to make it that complicated. That's really putting it in complicated terms right there. But to be real, all you need to recognize is just the fact of the perfect right angle and cut it in half. It's not hard at all. The halfway point on a circle. So this is what 45 degrees is. Whenever, that's why I say whenever you see eight or otherwise a pizza, basically when you see a perfectly divided pizza into eight slices, because it can only be eight. This is where degrees comes into play. Now what's crazy is I see 2 and 3 right here, like 432. So that's I need to look into that. But this right here is eight slices. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they are all perfectly at 45 degrees by default because that's eight congruent slices. It's only 360 degrees in a circle. 360 divided by 8 equals 45. So you got 8 points, but you got that center point, which equals 9. So that's what I wanted to show. So whenever you see this with the Nazca lines, you know it's 45 degrees. That's why PR Corey has always been saying all of the Nazca lines is at 45 degrees, every last one of them. And I'm gonna shout out a brother who and who dropped a question, a couple brothers actually who dropped some good comments. I wanted to, shout them out personally, and instead of just responding to them, I'm gonna respond to them too, but I wanted to talk to them personally. But right here, this is what I've been saying about the 45 degree discovery as well. You got 0 right here. Now with the 3, 6, and 9, this is where I'm talking about adding the 2 last digits. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Now anybody out here would know that you would add 18 to get 9. Okay, 180 degrees comes out to be 9. This is 0. Well, 45, if we go all the way around, and like a clock, starting from 0 right here. Sorry about that. 45, 4 plus 5 equals 9. 90 degrees equals 9. 135 equals 9. 1 plus 3 equals 4. 4 plus 5 equals 9. So 13 goes together, okay? So 13 and then 5. 4 and 5. 1 plus 8 equals 1 plus 8 plus 0 equals 9. 2 plus 2 plus 5. That's why I've been telling y'all about when you take 45 degrees and cut it in half. 45 cut in half equals 22.5, which is the same numbers as 225 degrees, 225 degrees. So this is where the whole, and if you take the last 2 digits and actually added them together, you get the polar numbers of what I've been talking about. 45, the numbers 4 and 5 play and come into, they got a direct linkage, I'm realizing, between the polarity numbers 2 and 7, for whatever reason. Because when you take 2 and 5 and together, you get 2 and 7, which is 27. 2 and 7 are right across from each other on my work. They make the square. Well, 270 degrees is right up here, and it's the last number that you get to before you get to 315, before you get to 0. 31 right here, you could either go 4 plus 3 plus 4 equals 4 and get 5, or you could do the whole 360/36 thing, and get 3 right there, and 1 plus 5 equals, and still get the same polar numbers. 3 and 6 is polar numbers on my work as well. Not only my work, but Randy Powell's work and all, people, before then, like Nikola Tesla, So that right there is just proving and showing what 45 degrees is in depth, so that when you look at it, for instance, like even with something like this right here, from, dang, I didn't even think I had put a video here. That's a video. I didn't even mean to put that there. But when you look at something like this right here from my work, that's why I say, I can look at stuff now and identify it. You can eye, it's easy to eye 45 degrees. You got a center line that's going to be made right here. A center line is made straight down the center, and it's a perfect X for going straight through it. If you turn this 45 degrees, it's going to make a perfect plus sign. And that's through all of it, every last aspect. That's a fractal code. So, yeah, man, I had to show that real quick. And let me see if there's anything else that I needed to before I played that video next. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna read your comments too, bro. I hear you right, fam. Indeed, Jew already. Yes, sir. That's the subconscious realm. Yes, bro. The universe create all the shapes, designs, sigils, numbers. Yes, sir. Seals, all of that. You drop bombs, bro. Peace and love to you already. That's 100. Hit the like button. Durham will, bro. Look it up, bro. Hinduism. It deals with everything, aka eight already. Yep, that's right. Um, and I have the name of it. That's something you just shifted to me right there. So I'm gonna have to look into the actual name of that depth of it. So appreciate that too. Uh, I'm telling bro, I'm telling bro, I can't help explaining that to you. I promise, man. It all goes. Yeah, it all goes back to astrology. That's why I say in like the next video I'm about to show what me and Kelly Green was watching at night, the Estrella, and I'm gonna shout out to these brothers who dropped them comments on my channel too. Uh, I'm gonna make a video addressing you. All right, that's 100. That's cool. And they basically dropped some comments. I'm about to pull. I gotta share the YouTube screen first. And the audio. All right, and let me. Where would it be at? Let me see. It should be down here. Yeah. So this in this comment, this guy, it was a real short comment too. Like he said right here, yep, I like my be your number one supporter. I don't got I don't trip on liking my own videos openly. That's something I do. That's a fact. I work hard. So I man, if I got 1,000,000 likes, I would like my own video because I like when I look you go back listen to your own work and you be like, man, I do great. And sometimes you go back and listen to stuff, you be like, I need to change this. Now it's supposed to be two comments down here. It's supposed to be, but he says, I'm from Peru and I have never heard about Las Estrellas of Nazca. Less than 15 years of discovery with the flame emoji. So that right there, sometimes it be hid in the new damn the thing ain't there. So it must be on another video or something, or he might actually delete it. I don't know. But anyway, he's from Peru, and that's just another person that's letting me know. It's confirming that they have never that the Estrellas is very hidden. These people hide these particular geoglyphs, and they know why. Not only because of preserving them, probably to keep people from coming and messing them up and stuff like that, but because of the actual information, the underlying information that, and to use a better word, not underline, but the underneath information. Because some people hear words and they just let it play with their mind. Underlying information, lying information. You know what I mean? But this is real deal stuff with the Estrella. Estrella translates to star, like the brother King of Higher Self just brought up. With the star and everything. That's what Estrella means in Spanish. Star. So, like you said, it all goes back to astrology. That's exactly what I've been saying. The numbers, like that's what I'm. So when you look at the sky, let's say that we was the first people here on Earth. Everything it had to. It's either it started off with one star, and then it replicated like we see everything else, because it's going to the creation aspect. It started off with one star, or you know, multiple stars was there, you know, at the same time, or whatever the case may be. But either way it go, what I witness in nature is that when you take anything, you know, you can take a, I mean, usually something is gonna make impact first. It's always gonna be a first something, you know, is what I realized. So that's just within nature and time, and when stuff hits the ground and stuff like that. If you take a bowl of water and pour it down on the ground, it's gonna be a one. If you could zoom in, it's gonna be one aspect of that water that hits the ground first before any of the other water hits the ground. And what I'm trying to say is, when we look up to the sky and we look at the stars, those are dots, and the dots are, you know, pretty much circles in a way. But when you look at those dots, they can be looked at like, you know, connecting the dots, like slash numbers, you know, one number to the next number, you know. And that's really what I get with connecting astrology with just numbers in itself. It's something that we could never touch. We ain't ever, no human being has ever touched a number besides living things, which the numbers is like the language of God. Like that's why I just show what I show with the 8-point star, the name of God, and gematria at its core, all of that stuff I've been talking about. Which all goes into play. I'm open to learn so much about stuff like when it comes to Hebrew and all of that, you know. I find that stuff very important, you know, because I ain't too big headed to say, man, if I get shown the truth behind something, shit, I can change and alter my you know, terminal beliefs on stuff. And yeah, I said beliefs, you know, because I don't know, man. And I ain't, I'm the type of person not going off of beliefs, but I'm just, when I'm I'm seeing so much stuff lately with this whole name of God and the Hebrew stuff lately. I ain't saying I believe in it, but it make me question some stuff. Like it really do, you know. It's legit, you know. It's stuff that once you get into the numerical aspect, this stuff. That's why I say I don't blame. I get the dudes who, you know, go behind the premises of questioning everything. You know, I get that. I get why they do that, as far as being woke and the whole aspect of doing that. But I want them to try to question number, because I see that they try to run away from that. Question number. Since niggas question everything else, question number. And I'm not being, you know, I'm just being real. I'm not being, you know, shysty or nothing. I'm being one. This is an educational point that I'm making, you know, or just a wise point, you know, just an intelligent point that I feel like they could actually do it. They'll do a great job at it, you know, going through it and trying to debunk number, you know, at the end of the day. I want to see them try, you know, debunk number. See if you might find out something, they might find out something that I did not find out, because I went down those ropes and questioned everything about number, went back and looked at everything that I can look at, and there's nothing not. And when I say look at everything I can look at, I'm talking about within, thinking within and observing the reality around me, not looking at videos. So I want them to question number, because once they do that, then they can comprehend where I'm coming from. And once you realize that you can't get around the fact that we stopped counting at 9 for a reason, and that's for a reason, that also shows that stuff is created how it is for a reason. It goes into the creation of everything, the whole universe aspect, because that's why I say numbers is the base of everything. But the video that I'm gonna show is the Nazca Lines, like we just watched. I know y'all didn't watch it last time. Y'all might have been asleep or whatever the case may be. What was the name about it? The name of it was, uh, damn, what was the name of it? Estrellas of Nazca. And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shout dude out. Shout that, not on no friendly type of tip like he say. He said, you know what he said about me, but I go over there and check on him sometimes, check in, make sure shit, you know, make sure shit straight, listen in and stuff. Mr. Cypher, so shout out to him on that. I check in on some of everybody sometimes just to see whether niggas offering any type of information or good questions that might come
So I'm just gonna
across.
go ahead and. Ooh!
even debunk my stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know.
The power match quiz was scary, accurate. Do y'all see this?
So the whole point, but you know, when I was showing
have been drawn on
not 85, but the 45 degrees, but I'm gonna let this play back real quick. I'm gonna watch this one time, but this time I won't be talking as much as I did last time because I pretty much did all of my talking last time. But these is the geoglyphs, like Ernesto Diaz, that comment he left on my stuff, and he said that he had never heard of the Estrellas. This is what the Estrellas is. It's called they got different names for them. They call them just regular geoglyphs, and they also call them matrices. That's why when I was talking to Sanchez and I brought him up, I call it the matrix, because that lets you know that I'm getting into it myself. I'm just now starting to study these lines and never been there to see them before. But that's why I said if I could work with these people, I need a flight there, to fly over the lines. And if I take my stuff, because I know that my side, man, it's so on point till it ain't funny, man. It's crazy.
On the desert surface for unknown purposes.
I'm just getting my connects right.
Many people are familiar with the outlines of the most famous giant drawings: a spider, a condor, and a monkey. The question that has always puzzled archaeologists and others who study the history of South America is, how did they get there? Who made? Several separate circles are visible here, and there is also a not be a wasted exercise. We had found what we came to see.
Shout out to you, Kelly. Shout out to you.
The first pictures and video delivered by the drone camera revealed an amazing picture. It's a figure of some sort that appears to resemble a star consisting of 8 rays and then a complex system of circles. Untouched by time and the elements, this intricate internal...
So that's one. I'm going to count every last one of them, how many 8-point stars we come across. So that's one.
Construction of this geoglyph features many different elements. The drone footage revealed shapes that can only be seen from above: crosses, points, lines, and intricate corners. Several separate circles are visible here, and there is also a star-shaped structure at the top of the hill. This is a whole group of previously undiscovered estrellas. Time and shifting winds partially covered the geoglyph with sand, and it also had been damaged by a nearby road. The true size and shape of this design is reflected in this reproduction. The solid and...
All right, now I got to count these. Okay, so we got what I realized about this one is, see, this one they did great, and they do their documentation on how they actually do the overlines of the lines. They're not biased. They do everything like a scientific / mathematical on point, thing going on, because these aren't even perfect. So they literally communicating exactly what's going on. And what I'm saying is that this line right here doesn't even connect perfectly to this line over here. So this is not a congruent shape. I don't know if it's just the land, and whether something has been moved or what, but this is not making a perfect line right here. So, and I take everything literal. But what you see right here is 40. See, this isn't even 45 degrees. This is not 45 degrees right here. And right here is not right across from each other. As an architect, I'm an artist, so I'm going to keep it real. This is not 45 degrees right here. Now, this right here is perfectly 45 degrees. It's an 8-point star. This right here, all I'm seeing is 90 degrees. You got a 90-degree aspect right here. So there's nothing right there. So I'm not going to count that one. But That's one right there. It's like this is a compass. That's what this is looking like a compass of some sort. And this one is at 90 degrees. No other line to create a 45-degree aspect. And I see this is perfectly at 45 back here. So I see this one right here and this one right here at 45 degrees. And then this center aspect is perfectly at 45 degrees. But this big circle, which the bigger it is, the more open you are for error anyway. So I will give them the leniency of that, but I don't think that that's, I think they did that on purpose. That's just me though.
Solid and thick lines represent rows of stones. Thin, solid lines are drawn with a stick or foot. The dots are separate piles of stones. The dotted lines are
And you said the spider and the monkey. Yeah, definitely. Because the spider is 8 legs, so that's right on point. And the spider also looks just like a magnetic field. So that's on point. What you're saying that's that's legit. I've been thinking that a lot lately here, recently about the animals. Every single animal that they chose, I feel like they did for a reason. Like the hummingbird, I know I had hummingbird. I had a dream about it. And why that bird, I don't know, but it put some energy in the center of the palm of my hand in that dream. And it was dark as I don't know what, man. And ever since that dream, it was like once I woke up, I knew that I didn't know what it was, but I knew that I was going to be changed from that day. And it was like ever since then, I was able to draw out certain stuff as far as the 4.5 knowledge, all of that stuff it didn't come directly right after that dream, but it was like, all I know is after that dream, I never knew any of this stuff before that dream. The numbers and all of this, I never knew or pointed any of this stuff out and was able to just roll this stuff out like this before that dream. So it was like some type of spirit animal, because it's something they call spirit animals out here. I don't really subscribe to it. I'm really looking into it, reading more about it, because that's all you can do is really read about that type of stuff. But apparently, there's something called spirit animals, and I'm very connected with the hummingbird, so that stood out to me. That was something crazy, but I'm gonna let this go ahead and play.
virtual lines on which stones were placed in a regular manner. The star featuring 8 rays and the great circle form a single system. The circles on the right and the star at the top were most likely drawn separately. Interestingly, the 2 circles on the right have approximately the same slope and proportions as the circles on the tourist estrella, which was shown at the very beginning of the report, and which...
See, so this one right here is the one that's showing 45 degrees, like I was saying. This aspect right here and this right here. This is all at 45 degrees, because see, you got a plus sign right here, and then you got straight going through the halfway point. And when you look at these lines and what the points lay on, as far as these ones, they land on a specific number on my work. Now, the other thing about people who have used this star right here in the center, they've linked this with the magic squares and things like that. The problem with the magic square aspect is that the circles and everything that go through it, and then these 2 over here, what is, how can you use the magic square to explain these over here? It doesn't explain those. And that's why I say, furthermore, my work, not only does it look exactly like this in the center when you put it on the center, and the points with this right here landing on 0 and 9 and the Mandelbrot thing going on, these are still working on my work. And you can't do that with anybody else's stuff that I've looked at on that. As far as the Nazca lines, nobody can explain these right here. Nobody. So that's something impactful that I found out.
And which is located miles away from this place. It is assumed that the authors of both estrellas are the same, and that the people who constructed these figures pursued a specific goal. There is another important detail to consider. The thick gray dotted line in this illustration represents the center line of the piles of stones that runs through the gorge and connects all estrellas into a single combination.
Grammarly is your personal writing assistant for clear emails, confident messages, stronger essays.
The next map shows a similar scheme involving large numbers of geoglyphs. 19 estrellas, or groups of estrellas, are united by a common line running along the bottom of this gorge and uniting all geoglyphs into a single combination. The total length is about 5.5 kilometers, or nearly 3.5 miles. At the 18th figure, however, the center line does not continue. The only exception to the diagram is the second geoglyph. It is off-axis and consists of two layered images. One design is lined with rows of stones and resembles the central part of the tourist estrella. There are a large number of crosses and stones here, which appear to have been put into place as markings. This represents the coordinate grid for the second and possibly incomplete mandala design, which has been drawn by tracing over the surface. The following represents a sketch of these unique designs. It is interesting to note that these designs are rotated in a relative way to each other by 1.5 or 2 degrees. Many estrellas, which we have seen and will see, have small inaccuracies. This may be largely due to the carelessness and imperfection of the builder's tools, but it is also quite possible that sometimes asymmetry was introduced by the builders deliberately. The reason for this is unknown. Number 3 is similar to the design that was shown earlier. It represents a star that is connected to the opposite slope of this gorge with a ray. There is a circle on this line, which is divided into 16 parts. And this is what the other slope looks like. A stick or post is clearly visible on the star, which could have been used in its construction or played a role in the use of this geoglyph, providing it was constructed with a use in mind and was not designed to be artwork or the work of someone's vivid imagination. This design shows that the center line passes in the shape of a circle.
So 16, when you divide a circle up into 16, just like you get 45 degrees when you get with the 8 aspect, you're going to get 22.5 degrees for each. And 22.5, you get the 0.5, and the 2 plus 2 equals 5. Equals 4. So you got 4.5. That's why I'm saying, when you talk about infinity and stuff like that, 4.5 is a new introduction to visualizing infinity. And that's from a way that, I've never seen anybody point out. I'm trying to find, it was 3317. And show this one to people real quick. Because people can go back and watch this one, on their own if they want to. As far as, and then I'm going to go on this surfing of, looking for the 45 degree aspect, surfing the web for it with people like I said that I would do. I told people that I would get on here on some days and just surf the web for the knowledge to see if I can find anything about it, anywhere. And that's exactly what I'm going to do.
In this diagram, for example, you can clearly spot a...
We made USAA insurance for veterans like Martin. When a hailstorm...
dark square between numbers 3 and 4. This is also a large image with an axial line that passes through.
So when people see this, this is like the center of my work. This is the 0, 9, 0, and 9 right here in the center. And you could put another square will go about right here. And then another square will go about right here. And this would be number 2. So basically this would be 1, and then 2 would be right here. and then 3, and then 4 will be right up here on top of the 0. 5 will be up here on top of the 9, and to continue all the way around. And that's exactly what you see on my stuff, which is what I was showing people last time, that amazing thing. I'm gonna show people one more time. And I didn't even see he might still be here. I don't know. He might still be in here. Ain't no telling. He probably left out. This is what I was talking about last time. Come on, thing. What are you doing? Yeah. This is what I was talking about with the 0-9 aspect. This is the center of my work. So that's crazy how this came out with the black square that I was showing. Right in the center. I mean, the designs are coming out to be the exact same design. Every last one of them is, and that's crazy to me. You know, X going through this right here. Because if you zoom in on my stuff, that's exactly what you see. It's making a perfect square. You got the perfect square being made right there. You got the center point. Everything looks exactly like it. And this just shows that, you know, my work is on point. And if I took this there, all I got to do is just a little experimentation. And after a while, I have it down packed. I'll know exactly what they were saying. And it all started from this right here. Once I saw this picture, you know, that center of the Estrella, that's really what made it stood out. And if I didn't color it like that, I would have never picked up on it. The fact that I cut all of my stuff in half like it's supposed to be and put everything where I put it, that's what made everything stand out. And that's what made me catch on to what was going on. So, you know, that is crazy, man. Just seeing the advancement of this is crazy. So now this is where, you know, pretty much the searching of the 45 degrees comes in. We shall go on the internet, DuckDuckGo, Google, all of that good stuff to search and see what we find. Since people out here want to speculate and say things like rediscovered, you know, that's just what we have to do. That's the only way that we can disprove such, you know, accusations, because the internet is infinite, man. Just like this world that we live in and everything, it's, you're supposed to be able to find it out here, and that's just a fact. So it should be out here somewhere, something to do with 45 degrees in some type of way. So this is the time for it. And so 45 degree secrets. And I'm going to do an unbiased search. Starting off with Google. Scientists reveal secret behind Michael Jackson's 45 degree tilt. I already looked into that. Secret of good draw shot. Golf. Michael Jackson. What is this? Here is one right here. This is a good one that I'd be looking into. I think y'all can hear me. I can't remember whether I hit share my mic or not. Y'all should be able to hear me though. But this is one right here. See, people have asked this question before, and this was 4 years ago, before PR Corey made his discovery. So the question has been up in the air. It ain't like it ain't ever been up in the air before. What is the significance of the 45 degree angle in Freemasonry? There is no significance to a 45 degree angle in Freemasonry. The 90 degree angle, being a perfect square, is very significant in Freemasonry. That's the that's the funny thing about it. The 90 degree right angle does not exist without, I mean, by default, when you create a 90 degree angle, you're creating 45 degrees. It just depends on which way you turn the 90 degree angle and how it's being used, how the power is being applied. And that's just a fact, because anything that's going and making a perfect square is making, if you turn it 45 degrees, or if you turn 45 degrees, depending on where you're looking at it, those legs is going at a 45-degree angle. And that's just a fact. There is a Canadian trademark registered in 19, no other angle which would be less or more than perfect has any significance in Freemasonry. And there is no mention of any other angle in craft masonry ritual. There is a Canadian trademark registered 1994, August the 3rd, by the Grand Lodge of Canada and the province of Ontario, which has the compass at 45 degrees, but the angle appears to have been chosen arbitrarily by lawyers and other functionaries. It is clearly not informed by any understanding of angle in the context of Freemasonry, and there exists no official explanation for who decided on 45 degrees and why. Sunnyside Lodge, number 582 of Toronto. There's also this paper, Symbolic Value of the Compass's Angle. This is the thing, when with Freemasonry, usually when they got this this shield like thing right here, they usually got it's separated into 4 sections. The pentagon like shield thing, I forgot the real name for it, but it's usually separated into 4 sections. A 5-sided thing is separated into 4 sections. If one understands what a compass is, it is obvious that angle has nothing to do with it. No angle is more powerful than any other. What matters is the distance between the compass points. Just as in a Mason square, the length is irrelevant. What matters is the right angle. And that's exactly what I'm getting at. You can't create 45 degrees or, without the right angle. And with the right angle, you can't have a right angle without having the energy of 45 degrees within there, no matter how you put it. In all systems of allegory and or mythology, symbols are used to express the ideas on several levels of depth. These symbols relate to each other by larger metaphors and correspondences, which John called archetypes here. So that ain't nothing you can tell that. Contrary to the other answers in here, the correct answer is there isn't any significance to the 45-degree angle. And that's what everybody else says. So how is it contrary? In Freemasonry, level and square 90-degree angle are 2 significant things. 45 degrees means nothing. And I'm glad that they're putting this out here. These are Freemasons actually saying this, because see, when I walked in, when they see my stuff, it ain't the same. They ain't saying that. I'm telling you right now, that's the funniest thing about it, because that's not what's happening. And it's hilarious to me. I have been informed that Canadian lodges normally set the compasses at 45 degrees. A typical U.S. lodge would set them at 60 degrees, which is correct, which would help set up an equilateral triangle. I have not seen any official recommendation to setting any other angle and would be pleased to be corrected if necessary. None whatsoever. It has no significance in Freemasonry. All right. It didn't at first. It might not have at first. But that's so what they not saying now. That's the funny thing, bro. Oh my gosh. But this is just good actually, just to see that they actually, so what people are seeing is, damn, 450 BC. So 450 right there, that's crazy. What does that say though? This much older civilization is said to have been wiped out by a cataclysmic event as a result of a polar shift around 450 BC, which is wow. One of the most interesting ideas I have heard coming out of the Romantic school stated that Freemasonry existed in ancient Egypt, which is a common idea among the Romantics, but that the ancient Egyptians themselves inherited the craft from another civilization. And it says that this much older civilization is said to have been wiped out by a cataclysmic event as a result of a polar shift around 450 BC. Okay, that ain't All right, them is just other questions. So it's pretty much answered right there. So as we can see right there, they say it has no significance, and that's from a Freemasonic you know, sector of the internet. Nothing significant there. Secrets of speed, a three set smooths abruptness to the 45-degree face. That's a book, Secrets of Speed. Big Michael Jackson, 45-degree angle, golf again. Freemasonry in the course of lower degrees from leaf blower secret, 45-degree. Who belong to simple standing secrets for the secret numbers for cutting crown flat. No, this has nothing to do with it. I'm just interested just because it says the secret numbers like that. Here's an easier, more precise method you can use to cut crown molding when it's flat into a melter saw. 31.6 especially marked. 33.9 degrees. All right, that ain't gonna be nothing at all. Keep it moving. Secrets to a long-lasting hydro hair or whatever. Michael Jackson defied gravity. Light side was subject to a 45 photograph. Nope. Degrees, York Right. Membership is limited to 45 members per site. So that's some Freemasonic stuff there. Membership is limited to 45 degrees. These folks know what's going on. They ain't stupid. Them Freemasons is not dumb. That's all I'm gonna say. They ain't dumb. They ain't dumb, bro. They smart. I don't know what it is, but you know, you wouldn't think that no secret at all and no lies got nothing to do with no 45 degrees, no numbers. You wouldn't think that, you know, but I'm not saying that that is the grand secret. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying it's something that's highly hidden. 45 members, York Right, per presiding body. Secrets, devil daggers, turn 45 degrees to the left, hold. Nope. Tricks of the trade, 4 secrets to 45-degree angles to penetrate the screen. Gift. Could a simple hold be the secret to calming a baby? At 45 degrees, the neck are properly supported and head. Well, that's got to deal with gravity, you know. Well, not gravity, but you know what I mean. The force that makes things fall to the ground, make people feel better. Oh man. I mean, nothing specific. Nothing specific. I'm gonna go deeper in because you know how people will say, you know, you got to go deep and deep, and I'm gonna go deep as it can possibly go. Secrets of the mathematical ninja, sines and cosines near. See, this is where this is. See, this is deeper stuff to a degree. Secrets of the mathematical ninja, cosines near 45 degrees. That's dealing with sines, cosines, tangents, SOHCAHTOA, all of that stuff. I ain't went over that mess in years. Oh, pi to the fourth, which is close to 45 degrees, right? Pi radian, the radian. There ain't nothing there, no secrets. So if all of the secrets is out there, all of the secrets is out there, is what I heard one brother say. It ain't no more secrets. All the secrets out there. How come PR Corey figuring out stuff that is secrets that ain't known? It ain't never been known, even about the Freemasons. See, that's what I'm telling people. When you think that by a person saying that all of the secrets is out there, you know what they're saying as well? They're saying that everything that needs to be known is already known. And that's false as a mug. If you think that we got all of the answers, bro, why are we still questioning everything? That don't make sense. That don't even make sense, fam. Like, come on now. And that's being real. That's to help them think. You know, if all of the secrets is out there, how come we still questioning everything? So, it don't make sense. That doesn't even make sense. So no, all of the secrets are not out there, and you got to work hard to find out what it is you're gonna find out, because they're not gonna tell you anything. Swing by numbers 29. I mean, you're not gonna. I'm gonna keep on going just to be unbiased, because I don't want. I'm just saying that I done been through all of this before. Like I'm just going through it with y'all, so, slowly to a degree. I've been through down to all the way down through these numbers like this, man. There's nothing here on the internet. I can go to DuckDuckGo, the same situation. Sometimes they got less, it seems like. And it's nothing on the internet about 45 degrees, 95-degree Mason. See, this is stuff. What the hell? But Masons are in Fahrenheit. Ah, right of Memphis. Yeah. Above topsecret.com. And then it's crazy because one of my folks had said, when I made my discovery with the 4 and the 5, the basic when I drew out the base, the 0 through 9, the first thing that people were saying first thing they were saying is that might be some government stuff, bro. Like, real talk, they was like, bro, that might be some government type of shit that you done found out. I mean, something that simple, a little bitty number pyramid, but it's, man, so powerful, dude. The road that I went down just from creating that simple pyramid has been amazing. I cannot, and amazing ain't even a word, man. So apparently right here, they have nothing to offer, no information. I thought the 95 degrees Mason would take us somewhere, but it ain't do nothing. So nothing is there even within related searches. Sophia Cipher Secrets. Best kept secret in Nairobi. Review of 45 degrees kitchen. The secret of how the Titanic sank, with the stern raising up to the 45 for the floor split. It seemed like 45 degrees always got something to deal with things, falling, sinking. That's what I'm realizing when they do pop up, with golf, the Michael Jackson tilt, him being able to stay suspended, anti-gravity, man. Like I've been saying, I'm not lying about that. I ain't got the full-fledged, because that's what I'm doing. That's the whole purpose of me being here doing what I'm doing, is showing my process. So the people, when I do get to my conclusions and I prove everything that, I mean, because I'm proving everything as I'm going. I'm just showing the process as I'm going. And some stuff just so happened to be I ain't got the conclusive came to conclusion yet. But once I get there, as long as I didn't show my work, people can't say, he just made this up. No, you sat there and you had the opportunity to see me through every step of the way. You know what I mean? The angle between the, oh, come on now. No. The secret of the Fibonacci sequence in trees. The second model was a flat panel array that was mounted at 45 degrees. Because the Fibonacci sequence, like I've been telling people, does not exist without 45 degrees. That's a fact. You can't make that curve without how do you calculate the curve? The curve is made through different organisms, the plot of the organism over time, which is a grid, a grid system. Grids is made by lines. I need to compare the design to the picture. So it's just talking about nothing there, actually. That's something else what he making, though, actually, with the panels. What is this thing? It's like some type of energy. What the hell is it? No, that ain't him. I built a test tool to measure the spiral pattern of different species of trees. Okay, I get what he did. Now he basically tried to mimic the tree by setting this stuff up at its angles and basically measured the activity. That's what's up. Smart move too. Very smart move. Something different. Nothing. I mean, nothing's here, man. I mean, if people don't think I'm going in depth enough, of course you can do it on your own time. But I'm just telling you right now. Occurring around 45 degrees latitude, NASA, flower arranging. Nothing. I mean, just nothing. So I'm gonna go ahead and advance the search to 45 degree number. Yeah, numerology, actually. That should pop something up. It should bring something up. Angel number 45. No, that is not what we're going. I already know, and that's the reason why I said that, because with angel numbers and all of that stuff, this is not nothing science. I'm looking for real science, some type of. I want to see I want to see my discovery already on here, since people are already saying, that, or have said that, hey, it's rediscovered. I want to see where the pyramid at. Where is the pyramid? Where is the 45 degrees explanations? All of the depth of the explanations, about the human body being 4 fingers in one point, 4 limbs in one point. None of that is here. The numbers 4 and 5, combination of them. It's none of it is here. This thing freezing and shit. Oh wow, come on now. Nothing there. Nothing at all. I mean, it's, of course, you can read that, but that's all opinionated information to a degree with this, the angel numbers and stuff like that. I'm looking for real deal application. Is the number 45 lucky? Yes, it is. Oh wow. God sent the information to one person directly. What do 45 mean? Slang it. And oh my gosh, man. While 45 is typically used for saving space or time, it is also used as a substitute name by people who are tired of saying or typing Trump. That's what we're looking for right here. Something like that. Nothing else. Chaldean numerology. Oh, okay, yeah, that's something I should look into. I'm looking right past something. For a deeper understanding. Okay. Let's see what we fizz on. I'm good at skimming through stuff and seeing, because I know how to look for numbers. look for certain, because that's all 45 degrees is specifically what we're looking for. Anything with numbers 4 and 5, you know. Okay, so yeah, 4 represented by Uranus and uh represented by 4 enemies. It sound like number 5, Mercury, and see they even got the numbers switched up from what I've been saying. You know, of course, different what not switched up, but different from what I've been saying. That's so this there's nothing here on this numerology toolbox. Let me keep on giving them a chance. 11 over 2, 10 over 14 over 5. Frequently, the compound number of 14 over 5 is a number that is frequently seen among self-made billionaires. 1, 4, and 5, Barry. I'll tell. That's what I know. This is entertainment to me. This part right here, this type of stuff. It's because there's no facts behind it, but it's interesting. You know, because I mean, it's dealing with me at the end of the day. Because I mean, with the numbers as far as the 4, 1, and 5, like I've been saying, but it creates situations in people's lives in which they suffer deeply from a bad economy. And then eventually the individual will decide on getting wealthy. So he shall never go hungry again. Thereby, the compound number of 14 of 14 slash 5 or 14 over 5 supports the individual to getting wealthy, but he slash she must work hard and be determined to do so. With the compound number 14 over 5, one is a natural born investor and stockbroker, which I know I could do great in all that big. That's why I don't let that stuff, phase me or nothing like that. All of that Bitcoin and stuff like that, man, it's not to put down nothing and nobody into or nothing. It's because it's just like the Bible with me. The way I see it is, okay, yeah, like the God stones, people don't know who made the God stones. Well, why would you trust not, speculate on who to trust with the God stones, but you will trust an entity who created Bitcoin, but you don't even know who they is, for a fact. You can't see, therefore, if they did people wrong, you know, in some type of way. You can say it ain't run by the people and stuff like that, but a person had to create it. The Bitcoin ain't just come up overnight by itself. Therefore, however the Bitcoin came into existence is the same way that it can be taken out, is what I'm saying. The Bitcoin did not create. If it was something that human beings could factually not have any hands in controlling or changing, the Bitcoin would have just birthed itself, and that's just a fact, but it's something, of course, that human beings had to have created. Artificial intelligence can only go so far because once you pull that electricity, it's a wrap for the artificial intelligence and the Bitcoin can't run no more. But it's something as far as, doing all of that. It's like the Bible, like I say. If people say that the Bible ain't real or realize that it's some holes in Christianity, is you still gonna follow it and be 100% about it and with it if you was with it before? No, you're not. Or if you wasn't with it at all, once you find out the holes in it, is you gonna cling to it? No, you're not. And me on my end, I ain't trying to stop nobody from doing what they do, but I would I ain't about to waste my energy on nothing that, I don't want to waste my energy on. Or it ain't about fear, it's about wisdom. It's about, I only got one life to live. This life to live this one time of this life, but all of that nonsense, I just see it as we in a world right now where we could go one way, but people choosing to go another way. God, the higher powers that got us presented with the time right now to where we could bring in that natural world, that 100% natural world if we want to. This ain't no fantasy. It's about us willing to be able to do the work together and put and sacrifice certain things and not, change certain aspects on life, viewpoints on life with the money and stuff like that. But it's people willing to do that? No, they not. So people really love the capitalistic type of thing. They love being able to say, say or see that they got more money than the next person, or, whatever the case may be. A lot of people don't want to give that type of lifestyle even up. They want to keep that type of stuff perpetuating. They can't, all they know is that they've been living a life about money, and they can't view anything outside of it, another way without it. Don't want to even try to even start building a way. But we got that opportunity now, and it's one of the last opportunities that we got while things been sat down. But it's transitioning over, and it's becoming to the point of where it's too late. And that's why I just ain't, messing with certain people and certain stuff. With the compound number of 14 over 5, because see, people can, and I'm saying all of that because I'm taking, all I'm doing, I ain't just a broke-minded dude, man. I'm taking a different route than other people, the natural, organic route, keeping my faith in myself and in the higher power, the creator and everything, with my talent, man, because without my talent, it wouldn't be no 4.5. Without my brain, it wouldn't be no 4.5 knowledge out here. And that's just a fact. And so what they just said about self-made billionaires right here, that's the mindset I got. Because what I got, literally, I be cutting myself slack, man. This is billionaire type of information that I'm putting out right now. When stuff in the sky didn't happen to sync up with everything that you're talking about, that's powerful. This is billionaire type of information, but I cut myself slack because at the end of the day, I know that I'm black. So, or, I use that word just for the lack of better words, but I know that I'm not, of a beneficiary type of sector in society. So stuff would be used against me, and I wouldn't hit that billionaire category 9 times out of 10 in my life. But millionaire status, oh, that's a difference. That's a difference. Because the millionaires, a millionaire ain't nothing to these folks. With the money they got, a millionaire is nothing to them. They don't care about you becoming a millionaire, Once you start making an impact with that millionaire money, which if you don't use it right, it ain't gonna last long anyway, especially if you get in some type of trouble or something. It ain't gonna, you can't do nothing with it. But this is just funny as saying this, dealing with money out of all of this different stuff. It's crazy. Because with the 8-point star, when I was reading up on that, it was talking about how the 8-point star has to do with bringing in wealth and protection. So 45 being fortified and strengthened. That's what a lot of my life is dealing with. I'm building literally. And once it's done, shit, I'm straight. With the compound number of 14 over 5, one is a natural born investor and stockbroker. However, one must work hard to become good. But if one does so, great achievements can be made. The compound number of 14 over 5 is also the number of eloquence and fact-based communication. Hey man, that's me. That's me. That's me. Real talk. Eloquence and fact-based communication. That's what I be focusing on, is straight up facts. If it can't be proven, man, I will speculate sometimes, but goodness, man. Wow. So there's something else seeing that. 45 over, because it was down here. Let me see what that say. 45 over 9. Yeah. Meaning the compound number 45 over 9 has similarities with the compound number. Wow. Are you serious? Wow. Okay. The compound number of 45 over 9 has similarities with the compound number of 27 over 9. Like I was saying, 2 and 7 and 4 and 5. That compilation always comes back to having dealings with each other, the 2 and the 7. That's why I say I don't just be about 45 and that. I'm a numerologist, period. I pick up on stuff because 2 and 7, I've been showing when you divide and cut a circle up, you're going to get 11 on one side. And then the last 2 digits always going to be 7, which is the 25 or the quarter. 1 quarter equals 1/4. 1 plus 4 equals 5. But in percentages, the decimal system, 1 quarter is 0.25, and 2 plus 5 equals 7. Like I just showed y'all with the 225 degrees and half of, like I was saying, with the 16 rays of the Nazca star, 16 rays within a circle, all of those congruent 16 rays will have to come out to be 22.5, in degrees. However, the compound number of 45 over 9 is made from 4 and 5. Right. This means that the compound number of 45 over 9 represents aspects of innovation and business. See, hey man, hey, hey man, like what would God's God be? Number. I'm telling you, I'm just telling you, because that's and that's a speculation I'll admit on that one, based on facts though, because at the end of the day, the number, frequency, vibration, all thereby the compound number of 45 over 9 is about leadership in business and new ideas. Number 46 over 1, no descriptions. No description for the Chaldean on that either. Okay. Metaphorically speaking, backpack full of various talents. Okay, that was dope. But it wasn't anything scientific. So it still does not. Best way to sign your signature in numerology. That's weird. 1, 2, 3, 4. Numerology. Some Pinterest. Let me see what this got. Pinterest be having some hot stuff, honestly. I've seen that before. Yeah, seen that. There's a whole bunch of like, oh, so they got, it's a kind of like them tarot cards thing they be talking about. I ain't into that, but that's what it looks like to me. I mean, nothing at all, nothing. I know that people ain't gonna do this on their own time as far as research the 45 and stuff like that. People ain't gonna do that, so that's why I'm doing it for them, doing it in front of people, because I know people ain't gonna get on here and search. So once they see me doing it unbiasedly and looking clearly, numerology / symbolism, the study of occult significance of numbers, the use of symbols to express things. It's the line that we're supposed to be on right here. 45. Together we get 45. Okay. 30. As we add together 1 through 8, we get 36. 3 plus 6 equals 9 again. Right. That's what I've been saying. We then add 1 through 9. Together we get 45. 4 plus 5 equals yet again 9. So it would appear that 9 is the culmination of all other numbers 1 through 8. All the other numbers 1 through 8. In ancient times, the cycle of Earth around the sun was a perfect 360 days. That's right. They therefore calculated the year as 360 days, 12 months of 30 days, and or 36 days, 36 weeks of 10 days. They go into that whole circle aspect that I was talking about, man. And it's just a fact. That's crazy. Looking for 45-degree knowledge. If you look at the 666, the numbers of 1 through 36, 9. To some people it represents the devil, the mark of the beast. The book of Revelation relates this number to the apocalypse, which is again linked to natural disasters. Yeah. 1080. Okay, 1080 is the average number of human breaths drawn per hour. Really? I didn't know that. 1080 is the average numbers of human breaths drawn per hour. Ain't no way in no world I breathe 1,080 times in an hour. That's crazy. I don't think that's right, but that's crazy. If I breathe that many times in the hour, I would think maybe about 300, something like that. But 1080. Now, if you count inhale and exhale as both actions, I can get that. But dang, somebody. You got to really be breathing, man. You got to be going to town. Shit. If we add 1080 and 666 together, they equal 1746. Which means another notable non-number, 72. That's right, 7 and 2 across from each other, like I mentioned, is the average number of heartbeats per minute. The number of stones of the pyramid of the Freemasonic Great Seal of the American dollar. Kabbalists have various ways of, wow, I didn't realize that. Wow. Great Seal, I brought up the, I remember when I got into it with my dad in the past. We was talking one time, I had brought up the Masonic dollar. He got quiet. I brought up that dollar and he got quiet, man. That's just a fact, bro. He wanna, man, that was funny, you know. It'd be funny, man. Shout out to Pops. Still ain't talked to him in a minute, but Kabbalists have various ways of writing the name of God. Yad, Yad Heva. One of them consists of the triangle in which the name is written in blazing letters. The numerical value of Yod is 10, that ahead 5, and Bob 6. The sum of the numerical value is 7, which is the number of Shem. See, this goes into the whole title and stuff, so stuff come back around. The name of God and the title and stuff, like I mentioned. If that is, I might have changed it, but 432,000 years, or yeah, 4,320,000 years. 432. 144. That's the 4 and 5 aspect, or 5 and 4. 5 and 4 is important too. You know that 54. You know, whenever them numbers is together. There we go. I see 45 degrees. So what feeds the 9 matter? Oh, okay. So what feeds the 9 matter? All right. So what feeds the 9 matter? We know from open-minded psychics, psychicists, I ain't said that in a minute. Psychicists, I think is what it said. That either spirit animates matter, that ether/spirit animates matter. If 9, open parentheses, including the numbers 9 down to 1, closing parentheses, is representative of the whole of the physical aspect of creation, something has to be responsible for creating and animating it. That's what I just talked about in my videos, is animation and stuff like that, movement, numbers, it's explained, it's like energy, it's counting movement, or it's the communication of movement, from one place to another, for without distance and time, all of that stuff. Without the aspect of that, you wouldn't be able to do a lot of stuff that we doing, build or do nothing, precisely. For the answer to this, we need to go back to the circle, and that is how, and and it is here we can discover man's missing link. We know the circle is a 9 number, and that 9 can only ever be itself. So 9 must be represented somewhere within the circle. I like where they going. This leaves us with 2 possibilities for looking at how the circle is made up. We can divide the circle by 8, which would give us segments of 45 degrees. Okay, so that's y'all answer right there, from some very, noteworthy and knowledgeable, obviously, by the information provided within this article, who won't listen to PR Corey just because his name is PR Corey, just because he is PR Corey. 45 degrees, whenever you take a circle and cut it up equivalently, it's going to end up being 45 degrees. All of the slices, when they're equal, 45 degrees. That's just a fact. And that's your confirmation right there. Preserving the 9 is what it says. However, 8 is a lower vibration than 9. This is so I believe we need to divide the circle by the number greater than 9, 10, to give segments of 36 degrees. 3 plus 6 equals 9. We now have 10 aspects of 9 making up the circle, which is also 9. So the aspect of 9 repeating itself is reserved. 10 times 9 equals 90. 9 plus 0 equals 9. Now, see, that's something I don't just go against, what people say just because it's they not sticking to the 45-degree script. They thinking outside of the box. But at the same time, if it's not factual based, and if I got more information that would therefore I could refute and show them, you got a good point, but it's still, I got this right here to show you. You might need to think about this. That's the whole aspect of where my work comes in. Because 36 degrees, it's like I say, that's the big question that I ask people. Nobody can answer that. Where do you find? If 3, 6, and 9 is the key to the universe, which is what they're getting at too, in their own way without saying it. 3 and 6, where do you find the aspects of 3, 6, and 9 within nature? I mean, for real, like where do you see 3, 6, and 9 prevalent within nature and building reality? Because I don't see nothing too much about the number 3, 6, and 9. I mean, besides the fact that when people point out that you can add the numbers together, anytime you take 3 digits and add them together, you're going to get 3, 6, and 9. That's one thing. But on my end, I can actually take 45 degrees. I can go back to semantics and talk about 432 hertz, which is the so-called frequency of the universe. When we talk about the universe and key to the universe, the key to the frequency of the universe is not 36 degrees. It has nothing to do with the numbers 3 and 6. It's 432. I can go back to the compass and I can show you that when you take any compass, it's not separated into 36 degrees. It's separated into rather 45 degrees. And if you take it even more, if you want to extend that and get your intermediate degrees, that's where you end up with 22.5 degrees. And that's just a fact. I witnessed, looking at human beings, we don't have 3 fingers or 6 fingers. Some of us get 6 fingers. I ain't gonna lie. Some of us get that, but is it rare? Hell yes, it's very rare. Most human beings got four fingers with 1 thumb. 4 plus 1 equals 5. They try to say that the thumb ain't a finger technically, but you got 5 fingers, 4 or 5 is what it could be in that case. 4 or 5 fingers, 4.5. I can go back to nature. Look at us. We look like the pentagram. Not only do we look like the pentagram, what's the difference? We got 2 arms and 2 legs, which are the same to each other. But the one difference out of it, you got those 4 things that are similar to each other. And then you got the 1 point, which is the head, which is 5 points. So there's this thing about the 4 and then the 1, which is going back to these numbers they just brought up here with these, right? Like 144. That's why I be saying that 4 and 1. Think about different brand names like and 1. If you think Jordan meant anything with the twofold symmetry of the Jordan logo and 1. That's something I've been thinking about lately. See right here, they got this right here with the 44. Bruce Cathy speculated that all the mathematical evidence so far indicates that the maximum number of elements / matter to be found in the universe will be 144. That's going right back to the number I just talked about. The whole 414. So my stuff is on point, and I'm just going to show, you can never change. See, with the universe, what's the thing about universe? You got something called universal constants. The thing about the universe, and what I'm saying is, with 3 and 6, you're not gonna find that's important. You can't navigate based off of 36 degrees with a compass. You can't. Even if you use 36 degrees, what directions is it really gonna give you? The real directions. It's not gonna do it, and you're gonna get lost. So 36 degrees means merely now, like the Freemasons just said, that 45 degrees means nothing. I'm gonna take that with the 36 degrees and take their stance on it. 36 degrees means nothing. As far as what I've seen, now this intelligent person who made this article shit, they could probably point out something about 36 degrees I ain't seen. But I'm saying, as far as stuff that we cannot change in nature, we can't change the fact that a compass has got the directions that we know that it's got, and it's magnetized to the center that it's magnetized to. It's certain stuff we just can't change. Excuse me. See the symbolic representation above, which they have no image. This introduces us to another number, the number 10. If we now add 1 through 9 and finally add 10, which is a replicate, you have see, people don't talk about zero. They don't start off with zero. They start off with the freaking, they worry more about starting off with the phallus with the 1, and then they end with the 0, with the 10. That's where all of my work, that's where they getting it messed up at. And that's why a compass is not separated into 55 degrees either. So see, that's where they getting they right there. It's like, that's why I say I know my discovery is so on point. It's like people knocking on their door. They right there. But they just looked over everything out and they didn't see what I saw. Like, people is right there. They smart as hell. They get it. And they knocking on the door, but they looking over the fact that, it's very intricate, and that 0 is so important. Like they just said with the 10 times 9, 90, 9 plus 0 equals 9. Because that's coming back to the knot, the center point, the 9 and 0. Because they're polar opposites. The beginning and the end. Okay. Okay. Huh. 10, or sun, fire/spirit, is also, if we ask the question, what feeds the 9? In relation to our solar system, we see that the sun feeds 9 planets with energy. The sun is the 10th body at the center of our solar system. The 10 feeds the 9. In some ancient cultures, 10 was held as the sacred number, which should not be written down, which is what I was laughing at cunningly. That's funny to hear that. 10 was held as the sacred number in some ancient cultures, which was not to be written down. But see, that's the thing. I see 0 as the sacred. Something ain't right. It's got to be either 0 or the 10, one of the two. Because the thing is, if that's the case, what I realize is that they're not saying that it wasn't discovered. It sounds more to me like what they really should be saying, or what the truth is that the 0 was held as the sacred number, the secret number, which should not be written down, which therefore goes into playing part into why 0 was so-called discovered later on through Indians and Mayans. That makes a lot of sense to me, because 10 don't exist. The number 10 don't exist without the number 0 in it. Otherwise, it's just 1. So it's really that 0 that they're talking about. That's just a fact based on that alone. It was therefore then written down as 2 lots of 5. This indicates that far back in antiquity, our ancestors had a profound understanding of the nature of the interconnected order of the universe and the role that numbers play in that cosmic order. Like PR, I'm a one-man army. I'm a one-man army, bro. People would not expect me to be the person to come and do this, what I've been doing, bro. But I mean, it's like I done went all the way through history, man, and I didn't knock down and answer some questions that people through all of history have been trying to answer with the whole squaring the circle thing. I have done it through my work. It can easily, any questions that people got, I can answer them, as far as numerology and things like that. I ain't saying I'm God or nothing like that, but the more that I continue to advance and learn, and Man, it's you gain more and more foundation within yourself, man. This spirit is a 99. Hold on, the 10, the sun, fire side spirit is the 99.9999% of who and what we are. 99.999. That's important because my numbers, my work all end at the 9. Man, whoever wrote this, they on point. We are 10. We are we are 0. 1 and 0. 9 and that's crazy. So nothing else on the number 45. All right, cool. Nothing else there. Facebook, no, they ain't got from 15 to 45 degrees. I ain't taking out that ain't. They ain't changed by numerology. Nope. Okay. Numerology reading for March 8th, 2021. Discussion of numerology and culture. No. And the thing is, too, with the 45, do y'all know what time it was that you had to go outside and see those alignments? That's the only time that I've heard them say that you're supposed to go out specifically at 45 degrees. 45 minutes after sunset to go see those alignments, the conjunctions and stuff. I ain't gonna bring it up because y'all already know we've been through that, but that's just something else to me. Circles and spirituality. This is it. This is something right here. I saw that 22.5 and I knew something. This is the type of stuff I'd be looking for, man. Galileo once said, I quote, mathematics is the language which God has written the universe. Mathematics is the foundation of creation. Everything we see and touch has a mathematical nature in their existence. Numerology is the study of numbers. It is defined as the branch of knowledge that deals with the occult significance of numbers. This knowledge can tell you about your character and sole purpose through the date of your birth reduced to a single digit. For example, if you were born on 21st of January 1979, that's 2101, and we already know how to do that. That's right. Every number has a significant meaning. There are all kinds of numerologists with different explanations about the meanings of every single number we use in our everyday lives. In my observation, number 0 stands out as a significant and superior number. This is the number that represents nothingness. Historically, it is claimed that the concept of 0 first discovered by the Sumerians of Mesopotamia around 5,000 years ago. That the concept of number 0 first discovered, they forgot to put the word was. Historically, it is claimed. I'm a pet peeve reader. I be messing up, but at the same time, one word, it throw me off. Historically, it is claimed that the concept number of 0 was should be right here, first discovered by the Sumerians of Mesopotamia around 5,000 years ago. That's right, though. Then Mayans believed to have invented the concept independently around 4 AD. Ancient societies of India and China followed suit before the idea of 0 was introduced to so they're talking about the number 0. I saw 22.5. I can speed up the process and move ahead. The sacred circle. Notice how the sacred 0 is represented by a sacred circle. 10, 100,000, million already. Arabic, like Abjad and stuff like that. This is how significant the number 0 is. This significant of numbers to a circle is in every act, I must say, of our. Exactly. Thank you. I know I'm not tripping about See, this is where reading. If motherfuckers online, where you putting out things online, information and important stuff online, where you showing the facts of your stuff, and it ain't nothing that can go against it. If they can't show that they get it, I'm gonna have to start coming online and literally reading, because I don't be having time to read. But I'm gonna have to start coming online and literally reading, because These is where people who at least get something of what I'm saying, man. You know, and it's coming back to spirituality, which is highly important, because it could just be a math form when we're talking about numbers. This could just, or should just be, pure math. Why is it coming back to spirituality connections? Because everything that I'm talking about is real spirituality. I know that what I'm drawing out, it's breaking the ether. It's causing the energy I'm putting into this thing is causing an effect on a real deal effect on the earth, real talk. And it's only from me, only me. It's a reason why I'm the creator of it and figured it out. You know, it's sent by God. And I say that factually based on the information I'm showing y'all, you know, with the gematria and the, you know, the Yahweh at, you know, I was a Hebrew Israelite real heavy before I got into, you know, the knowledge level that I'm at now. You know, just the ground-based knowledge, you know, being grounded in the truth, you know, being my religion. So Hebrew Israelites is who I saw a lot eye to eye with before I got to the level I'm at now. And I still to this day, like I say, if it was anything that could, if somebody could prove to me that Yahweh is real and all it, I say it all the time, you know, I'll jump on bed, not jump on bed, you know, jump on the hook, you know, whatever you know, whatever saying is out there, something like that. Jump on it. I would jump on it quick, man, you know, not on the belief thing, but just based off of the facts. If you could prove that. If you look closely at the number system, there is a remarkable and interesting representation of the 7 principles of creation embedded in it. If you count numbers 1 to 7, the next number which follows is 8. 7 is also known as the number of the basis of creation. In Abrahamic religions, it is written that God created the universe in 7 days. These 7 days make a week, which is the basic foundation of the months and years of our calendars. The number 8, which follows 7, as you notice, is represented by, come on now, y'all messed up there too, is represented by the symbol of infinity. Y'all got it right though, y'all good. By a symbol of infinity in a reverse fashion. This can be interpreted as the 7 days of creation. In principles, the universe will be in an infinite state. This can also reflect the state of source energy as infinite in nature. In Abrahamic in Arabic numerals, number 9 follows the infinite state of 8, represented by some kind of a circle joined by a line downwards. Wow. Which is what I've been showing with the 45 degrees. Now that's, if they talking about just one line, that's the power symbol. But if they're talking about with some kind of a circle joined by a line, I mean, I'm gonna leave it at that. That sounds like the power symbol. This can't, because when you think about the number 8, it's really 2 circles. But if you wanted to make a circle with just one line, I guess in the Psalm, what I'm trying to say is when you create a circle and then you cut a line through it, that's kind of like making a number 8. It don't look like the number 8, but the number 8 is 2 circles, which is kind of like mitosis with the cells dividing, one circle becoming 2, which is pretty much a line being drawn through. So that's what I'm getting at. Proceeding number, yeah, I said that. Well, no, I did. Number 9 is a very special number compared to all the numbers because it has some interesting characteristics it holds which no other number can match mathematically. Let's start with the foundation of numbers from 1 to 8. You can, okay, we went through this in the previous one, 36. See, that's where they know what they be doing. They know what they going down the right road, these different people, and they still ain't figured out what I've done. In multiplication, any number multiplied by 9, the answer will always be reduced to 9. For example, 9 times 365. Yeah, right. 90. Another characteristic is that all numbers in the 90s are all reduced to single digits in their origins. 90, 10, right. Cool aspects of the number 9 being shown. Okay, now this is the deep information. That's what I'm talking about. Number 9 in the circle, because that's what my work goes into too. A circle has a total of 360 degrees as agreed by most mathematicians. Now, if you add the single digits of the numbers, you're going to get 9. That's right. If you have if you halved the circle, you get 180 degrees, which is 9. Half of it is 90. Half of that is 45. 4 plus 5 equals 9 again. Even in decimal places, the angle will still add up to 9. Take half of 45 degrees and you get 22.5, which is what lit up this whole article. This is what I saw that made me click on it. You take half of 45 degrees, you get 22.5 degrees. Now add the single digits 2 plus 2 plus 5 and you get 9. And the result, right. The following YouTube video by Mike Jackson explains how and shows why the circle is 360 degrees and the connection of number 9 in any detail. I bet y'all seen this video. And the thing is, if it ain't the one I done seen before I show it, I can guarantee you, if it is the one that I've seen, they're gonna take the number 360 and throw it on there. And as soon as they do that, if they take 360 and start cutting it up, you fucked up. You messed up. I ain't supposed to be cussing, but they messed up. That's the wrong way to do it. Even I started out doing it. I was going down the right way, and I figured out some information still by doing that other people don't point out about that 22.5. Well, if you cut that again, you're gonna still end up with 2 and 5 as the last digits. But before that 2 and 5, everything adds up to be 11. You know, and it continues to do that. But I bet you they're gonna take the number 360, throw it on this, and yep, this is a video. There's no side. Hold on, I can't zoom out or nothing. Damn. Yeah, see there they go. They take it and just start cutting it. Yeah, they messed up. So they did exactly what I thought they were gonna do and take 360 degrees. You can't ask the question of why is 360 degrees in the circle and then take 360 degrees, put it on there, and then start, cutting it up into other stuff to explain it. No, you can't. You got this. First off, why is it at 360? Like we just talked about the number 9. Well, why do we stop counting at the number 9 is the first thing that have to be answered, because the reason that it's 360 has to deal with the fact that we stopped counting at the number 9 and the power of the number 9 that was just clearly explained up here in this article and the previous one I just read, and plenty of other articles that you can read out there about the number 9. It's a reason why we stop at the number 9, and it's because of my work and what I've been showing. And that's just a fact. The polarizing energy, so that right there is something else, man. Stuff like this, I just get a trip out of. It's very fun to me. Next, Stonehenge and circles. That's some. Now that's deeper, and I have to look into stuff like that on and so these are just the responses. Okay. Good article though. Good one. Not Islam. I've been hearing somebody said something about Islam in 45 degrees. The miracle of 99 divine names, 245-degree columns. Let me see what they're talking about. Aleph, right, which sound like 11 as well. Hold on just 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. I have returned. Now the next one, Aleph Bet. Now that's the name that they was just talking about in Hebrew in that video I was showing. They brought up that alphabet, which is like alphabet, alpha, with the numbers. And so Islam, and they talked about this right here. Now this is gonna lead me into my next video that I do, where I get to talk about that cool movie. One of my favorite movies is Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. I know y'all ain't into that probably, but I don't watch TV or watch movies, anything like that anymore. But when I did, that was one of my. I don't even, and I never was into Transformers as a young, child and everything. But that movie, as far as what they talked about in it, they went to Egypt and everything like that, and basically the main character, what it was focused on was him seeing these symbols. He was getting this communicated ancient symbols, coming to his mind. They had to deal with the Transformers and stuff, and he was just like he played the role of a chosen one, and the Transformers came to him when he had died in that movie, and they told him, we've been watching you. And it was I just saw the character and where they went to Petra, which is why part of why I'm gonna show it and everything, because when they went to Petra, which is right by Egypt, which is in Arabia, um, they ended up showing the crow steps, the very steps that, well, they didn't show the crow steps, but that's the same place that has the crow steps, is what I'm saying. So the fact that they went to that place, it kind of threw me off. I was like, wow. So they went to the same place. They focusing on the same region of ancient activity and stuff that my stuff been going into. So it's something else. But we recently looked at the Surat on Nama, or however that's pronounced, and some of the numerological signs manifested there, especially around the number 19, which represents the Alpha and the Omega. And we can recall the Quranic verse, and He, Allah, has numerated all things by numbers. Now we will look at some of the numerological miracles manifested in the 99 divine names of Allah and the Kabbalah. The Quran informs us that Allah, who there is no deity except He, has the most beautiful names, with the S, names, and we are informed by Hadith, prophetic, which sound like Hades, Hadith, prophetic narration, that verily Allah has 99 names, 100 minus one. Right. Okay. 19. Okay. 19 is how many Nazca lines it was. Not Nazca lines, but the Estrellas. So with the 3394 that they took. Okay. Oh, and it says Abjad. Oh, and 45 degrees as well. Okay. I need to slow down skimming in. Okay, I need to read thoroughly. Imam Ahmad, or Ahmed bin Ali, was among the first to recognize the 99 names into a square, with the name of the Prophet Muhammad added to finalize the square 10 by 10. If the names are put in a specific order, the first miracle becomes apparent. Each individual row, column, and two 45-degree columns, 45 degrees, have a total abjad gematria value of 3394, meaning adding the abjad value for each name in the segment together, see the table above. All 22 of the 10 name segments add up to the same value. Now, if we examine this number, we find that the total value of the individual numbers comes out to be 19, the sacred number, which is the number of Nazca Estrellas that they had, the number of stars that it was. And 45 degrees, like you already know, with the number 8, and wow, further investigation of the names of the corner. I mean, every number that I could think of is coming back around, and it's infinite numbers. I ain't said, the thing is, number 33 ain't came up yet. I mean, solidly 33. See, this right here is 3394, but that ain't the same thing. That's not the same thing. That's, because it could have been 3395, 3397, or 3387. At the end of the day, I'm talking about solidly 33, and I ain't seen that come up yet. So that's why I'd be saying, you know, it's a lot of numbers and stuff. Numerology, people be looking over because things get regurgitated as far as, you know, mainstream knowledge and stuff. Even spirituality, you know, got its mainstream essence to it. The black stone is the right hand of Allah on earth. Okay. I ain't I'm not huge on what you call Muslim, reading Muslim and stuff, so I can't stick around in it too long. But I know that there ain't nothing else about 45 there. That's all I know. That's what I'm looking for. Everything at 45 degrees. And then from that point, furthermore, just the pyramids aspect of it, you know, the 0 through 9 pyramids, because it's that simple. If somebody's created anything like that, it should be out here, you know, and that's just a fact. We go to DuckDuckGo and everything, you know, it should be out here. When we talk about researching, so that's what I'm doing is researching according, and I don't research as far as the stuff that I bring it out first, and then I go back and research after. Like I'm just doing it publicly right now, but usually, like I said, I've already been through these ropes. I just ain't went this deep as far as clicking on the articles and stuff, because you can tell pretty much by even just the name of titles. If you advance enough, you know whether something gonna be talking about exactly what you're talking about. Uh, and it just ain't happened yet. According to numerology, the numerical value of your name influences areas of your personal and professional development. And that's why I be telling people, you know, about when y'all hear me talking about quartz crystals and syncing that up with me, the core, uh, the center, and everything like that. That's I don't just be saying this stuff for no reason. It's because I know information like this, and all I'm doing is showing and proving it to y'all. And then y'all could on y'all end. It ain't me just showing, hey, look at all this cool stuff about me. I'm this, I'm God, or nothing like that. That ain't. If people think that, they just thinking wrong. You could do the same thing about yourself and find out amazing stuff about yourself. Probably it just take you to take the time. The number you get when you analyze the numbers of every letter in your full birth name is sometimes called your expression number, where you can get your personality number by looking at all of it, only the consonants. And everything that they say, I don't rock with, you know, 100%. I just go off the facts. That's just how I am and what I can experience. This wiki how will teach you how to calculate your name number in numerology. On a piece of paper, write out all 26. Okay, you don't. Okay. And they look at that right. Nadia. All right, that's about names. So I've already got the issue about that. It's, I mean, just nothing. 33, nothing. There it is. I spoke you into existence, buddy. And you know you ain't got nothing on it there. Because it's Wikipedia at that. Nothing. 78 and 40. I'll go to Wikipedia 45 just for the heck of it. 45 is the natural number following 44 and followed by 40. Following 44 and followed by 46. 45 is a triangular number, and in particular, the sum of the decimal digits, all of them together equals 45. It is the second smallest triangle number after 1 and 10, and can be written as the sum of two squares. It is also a hexagonal. Whoa, what was that? Whoa, that's what I'm talking about. That's the type of stuff I'm looking for. Now that's 45 degrees. Let me click that. Yeah. See, this closest stuff that I'm going, But that ain't, is it still a hexagon? I mean, a hexagon. It's still, see, the thing is, it's not, it ain't based on the science. It's excellent artwork, but it's not based on the science. The squares aren't, it's not squares, and it's not pulled. And by that, simple fact, everything isn't compressed, because that's the whole thing with the data compression. It's not compressed to as small as possible space, like the E8 be talking about, the E8 theory I was telling y'all about. Okay, but that's good though. That's something I haven't ever known about. The hexagonal number is something I'm gonna look into, because I honestly, looking at that, it still goes into what I've been saying, because I showed the hexagon in the 45 degrees aspect. When you look into the center of a hexagon, you're looking at a 45-degree line from three-dimensional space into a projected into 2D. So if y'all missed that, you'll have to go back and listen. If you are here, I haven't looked at the StreamYard thing. I might be the only one in here talking. I know how that goes, but shit, this still got to be done, so that's why I'm still here doing it, because this is something that has to be done, because ain't nobody else gonna do it. But then once I've done it, nobody can say that it ain't been done, as far as showing and proving it. It's just nothing out here, and it won't stop here. I'm gonna have other days where I just get on here and do this, because the more I do it, the more it's showing and proving. Damn, it really ain't nothing out here that this, he don't just be saying that. He really has searched the entire internet, and ain't nothing out there, about these numbers, from the essence of where he been talking about, the science and all of that. Nothing. See, in other fields, it would be here, guys. The number, something with it would be here. Something would be here. And there's nothing. I mean, you see stuff about irrelevant, of course, only time niggas gonna care about a 45 is when they got to deal with a gun. That's it. But no, my niggas, it ain't here. It ain't here, man. It's not here. Nothing. So carrying on. It's crazy, man. 45 numerology. What you got? Astrology. Oh, I can go back to that one. MGK numerology. It ain't clicked none yet anyway. I brought that up. I might. Dude, hell no. Y'all the type to bring up some weird shit. Okay, we tried twice, and I'm gonna try a third time, and if it don't work, not meant to be. Well, that one caught my eye because it says, what is the difference between astrology and numerology? Well, that goes into what I've been saying with the estrellas, and what the brother said earlier about, astrology, all of this stuff. That's what I'm saying. The dots, that's what the first numbers, technically, when we looked up at the sky, the first people that was here, if it was a black sky and everything started from one star, if they just saw that one star in the sky in the center, you would call that number one. And then if you saw another one be produced, you would call that number two. And you count them from there, I guess, I'm not concluding on that or saying anything is facts on that. I'm just, just throwing something out there. Just all I'm saying is that they connected, Okay, what is this all about? This is why I usually, when you go into the lower results and things, which this ain't even that deep in the results page, the funny articles started coming up. Affinity numerology, right? A sign of massive changes. 45 and angel number is highly positive and optimistic. That's not what I didn't click on that question. It's number 45 lucky. Right. Musical numerology. Good stuff already. Musical numerology. The universe is made of dynamic octave relationships. These particular octaves should not be thought of as whole number ratios, the Pythagorean octave concept, but as moving patterns or scenarios. These octaves are the key to all mysteries of the universe. If you know what to look for, you'll start seeing them everywhere. And that's a fact. Uh, that, so that's why I be saying when people say this stuff, everybody that's messed up with Freemasonry, it don't make them, non-factual or that they have some type of agenda. Because people like Pythagoras, I ain't, I'm not revering him, but a lot of stuff that he did put out that that we use today, the man, it's fact based and it can be got around and it does help society. And those are the main, key things, those first things, the foundations. I saw a quote, like I say all the time, or have said before on here, is that I saw a quote that Freemasons had said, and it's that they think that we control everything in the world, but we don't control everything. We only control the stuff that matters. That was the quote. So I found that highly compelling because that's just a fact. They can speculate that they control everything, but from what I look at, they've controlled the stuff that matters. And once human beings start being silly and questioning everything and messing up the ground base of knowledge, just because they being, questioning everything and acting like stuff that's the ground based knowledge ain't real, or ain't conclusive, then that's where you start having a problem with, with, not education, just intelligence, period. I think I'm about ready to start the 0 through 9 pyramid. I know for a fact I'm not gonna come across anything. I've been through this too many times. Ooh, yeah, I like that one. Numerology decodes masonry. I like that one. Hey, in the Pythagorean method of calculating the name numerically equals the number 8. The number 8, as it relates to masonry, means that masons are natural born leaders and entrepreneurs who are initiated into arcane and cosmic truths of the craft. 8 also represents karmic influences and the reality of paying those debts in humanitarian service to others. Masons apprentice as they rise to earn several degrees. 8 guarantees 8 guarantees lessons that must be learned to become a master, to truly own and wield authority. That might say wield. That's my first time seeing that um, word. It looks like it says wield. Authority, to know accomplishment, success, and recognition. 8 is a number of the entrepreneur's business, finance, and secures wealth, provision, materialism, and accumulation. Thus, the Mason within the craft is surrounded by a membership in which the patrons are accomplished in their careers. 8 extends its executive leadership to attain what it desires. Sometimes I read like I got Tourette's. Because the number 8 is associated with the Mobius strip or the lemniscate. I'm gonna have to look these terms up. The Mobius strip and the lemniscate. I remember that. Mobius strip and lemniscate. It means endless infinity and dynamic manifestation. It also has been said the number 8 is the number of God because God has no beginning or end, no father or mother. In the Pythagorean method, God 764 is number 17, and adding these numbers together gets you the number 8. 17 is the number of the secret leader because 1 is the number of the leader and represents authority, and 7 is the number of spiritual archaeologists and intellectual investigator, making this a very is the number of the spiritual archaeologist and intellectual investigator, making this a very spiritual number. 17 is also considered a number of immortality and that the person's name lives after him, very apparent with the notoriety that Masonry receives. Number 17 is also associated with the star of the Magi and represents that the person has achieved a superior spirit to the trials and difficulties, karma of his life and career. This aspect fits well with the ties, with the rites and initiations that are a part of the Masonic tradition. Number 17 has been acquainted with the eight-pointed star of Venus in the tarot, which attracts money and success and enjoys material. See, man, that's why I say, bro, with the law, what's the law of attraction, y'all? See, a lot of people be playing with this law of attraction thing. I ain't ever even read the book. I ain't even into it like that. But just to be real, with the law of attraction, I use my own mind and my own method through life. I'm a very I don't jump into nothing, y'all. I'm a type of person that just a very intuition based person. And when it comes to the law of attraction, I go off of common sense and what I witness in life. And that's that I witness, a lot of people say out here, a lot of spiritual people will tell you if you don't, you have to want it like it's already within you. You have to really, in order to manifest something, you have to already feel it and you have to desire it. Well, that's the thing. With the law of attraction, opposites attract. What I witness in life a lot more, to be honest, and this is where you get into the secrecy aspect of the more that I witness stuff that I wanted stuff, or the more that I witness other people want something or try to go after something. For instance, a good instance is girls and stuff like that. It never come to you. It's like the more harder that you try to acquire something, the harder that it get on you. But then once you just say it is what it is and you throw your hands up and you just say it is what it is, it's like stuff comes to you. So therefore, what I'm saying is, when it comes to money, I know that y'all on the outside, y'all probably look at it like, oh, he ain't about money. He don't love money. Are you serious? He must be a duck. He must be dumb. He must be retarded or something. It's one thing to be spiritually woke, but being broke is another level. He must be dumb. Nah, bro, I might be a little bit smarter on the spiritual side than you even realize, and on the intelligence side. Because what I'm saying is, and what I'm showing through my walk of life as well is, I don't focus on and make money my number one priority. Do I know that I necessarily, in this world, based off of how stuff is, I know that from a common sense, natural perspective, naturally, no, I do not need money in nature. That's a fact. But as far as this society and how they have it set up, the illusion of being dependent on money, yes, is there. Okay. So therefore, what I'm saying is, if I take away, which I have, my love and admiration that I used to have for money, always wanting, always chasing it, making everything about it, and I go on the opposite end, I'll attract all of the money in the world. It'll come to me instead of me having to go to it, even though I know in the back of my mind I need it. That hole is going to be filled. I know how much money I need. And I know that at the end of the day, once I got that money, I wouldn't change one bit. If anything, I'd be starting to live way more in harmony with nature than I even am now. And niggas see, I ain't messed up about all of the gold rings. I ain't messed up about all of the fashion. I'm not messed up about wearing stuff to impress people and do things to impress people. I don't care about having the fastest car. I want the fastest bike. I like speed. That's all I want is my motorcycle. I don't need all of this. I don't need extra materials and all of that stuff, man. I want to help other people with what I get what they need, make a way for them. I want other people to not have to work hard so that they can have a free life. I want to free up life on this earth so that people can experience life, because working for other people, you ain't experienced no life. And that's just a fact. I want people in the future to not have to work. I don't want to vision a world where the next generations is still working. Just because some people in this generation feel some type of way. about people who don't want to work for somebody. It's not natural for nobody to want to, oh, I want to go work for him. I want to go work on, I want to go do that under them. No, you know, the natural walk of life is that, man, we should just be able to wake up and do what the hell you want to every day. And if you don't do certain things, then yeah, you're going to end up not having certain things. In nature, if you don't grow your food, you ain't going to eat, partner. It shouldn't have to be, if I don't go to this man's job, I don't get no food to, or I don't get no money to, and this ain't fantasy, but we living in a time right now where we got the opportunity presented to us to have that world granted right back to us upon us working hard and showing that we desire it. Or we can just submit to the system and just fall in line with the Bitcoin. And that's what people want, obviously. And that's what people want. So I'm just letting them have it. But they can't say I never spoke out and tried to notify people to where they could acknowledge that we had a split roles. That's why I say we're living in the 4.5 times. I don't just say this stuff for no reason. We in the 4.5 times because God brought me here as a messenger to let y'all know what the truth is. And the world that you want is the world you are destined to live in the future is the world that you're going to bring in through your actions. And every last action matter. I'm committing a great action right now by notifying people of that, because ain't nobody else said that. You know, nobody else is telling people that we living at a time where you can literally have that natural world back. Right now, it's about you uniting with other people and spreading that gnosis out there. This is the perfect time for us to be like a virus, letting everybody know we need to be bringing in the natural world. But right now, what I see is everybody just going to work and just living through it, just getting through it, getting by, as they say. Nobody's trying to change anything. Everybody's getting by because everybody's scared right now. And I comprehend that, whether they living every day showing fear or feeling fear or not, subconsciously, everybody wondering what the hell is the next day to bring when you living and dealing with stuff that we dealing with every day. And all I'm trying to show people is that, hey, man, yeah, it's scary and it's a hard situation, but our ancestors been through worse. We got to toughen up, and we also got to put our thinking caps on, because it could be a gift at the end of the tunnel. It's just all about you willing to sacrifice the stuff that don't matter. And to be honest, everything that they give you or gave you, the way that they use it, it ends up not mattering, but it's about what we do with what they give us too. Because once they give you something, your actions that you choose to take with it is all they're bringing in your stuff. What happens to you? They put cocaine and stuff in the hoods. We chose to pick that stuff up and sell it. If we didn't commit the actions, then we would never end up messed up as we did. They chose to do certain stuff and insert certain stuff around us, and we choose to take the action and do things that are against our own benefit. So it's very important, man. I'm just trying to get people to realize what type of times we in, and you can't, all I'm saying is you can't complain about the world that's to come in if you just gonna help them build it. Once it really get bad in that world, you can't complain about it, because I'm telling people we got the chance right now, and it ain't gonna be easy, but you got to which one do you desire more, a natural world or a Bitcoin world? I'm telling you right now, I'd rather have a natural world, be free, and I wish we could see people walking amongst the land, black people, a tribe of people that literally, spend their time walking amongst the land and living off of, traveling the land by foot, like hippies, literally is what I'm describing. It's not a fantasy. It's something that we just been wiped away from. We've been programmed into not even being in sync with nature in any type of way, to where if you in sync with nature in the unnatural world, which is what we live in the United States, you look like the weirdo. You look like, or you sound like the weirdo. You just sound like you just not living in reality, when really you the one living in reality and trying to restore reality. We living in a reality that has been presented to us and built for us, instead of really living in not man's reality and what they built, but because everything that man built, no, I'm not saying it is bad. I have been saying it a lot here lately, because I mean that everything that man creates and invents is not bad, but it's about moderation and balance and how you use it. All of the cities and stuff that we need, we don't need all of these crazy cityfied, buildings and all of this stuff that we dealing with. It's a different way that we could do stuff, man. That's just real. And sometimes I ain't gonna lie, it do feel like it's too many people. I'm just being realistic. When I talk about the world being needing for, because if we could grow all of our own food and stuff like that, which we can, you got to think about greedy people. You got some folks out here who can eat, man. And you got to have rules and stuff set in foundation, excuse me. Some people like to just sit around, and that's where, with the whole working aspect come from. They keep you doing something so that you can't, you can't just do that. You can't just sit around enjoying yourself all day. You got to pay to enjoy yourself, to enjoy life, literally. When literally, if you didn't have to work for nobody, that's what you would be doing, is just enjoying life. So you was born to pay to enjoy life. And that's why I say no, I'm not born to pay, to enjoy life. Ain't nobody gonna make me pay to enjoy my life. And that's just me. I'm standing on that ground. Now, a lot of people don't get that, but that's just how I am. I was not born into this world to have to pay for everything. If people don't like that, and if people say that that's just the way it is and think that I can't do nothing to change it, they got me fucked up, is all I can say. Because I'm going to use every breath in my body to change just that. And what am I saying? is I'm working hard at what I do. And with this 8-point star, which is what my work is based off of, 45 degrees, it's to bring in wealth. I know it for a fact. The connections, the very people that I'm talking about within this article, the Masons who control everything that matters, they know about me. They know about my stuff, and they know that I'm coming. That's why I say a lot of stuff that's happening, stuff is slowed down. It should be moving faster, but I got these people. All I know is, man, hey, I'm bringing in a better world, man. I don't want y'all kids working hard as hell, dude, to get by or get it. We do not have to, we do not have to do certain stuff, man. I wish that people could. It ain't about just being a complaint. I want a free life. I want freedom. I don't want an illusion of freedom. I want real freedom. I want to be able to do what we want to do, and free lights, free energy, for real freedom. Like all of this other stuff, it ain't got to be. If it ain't got to be like it, then it ain't got to be like it. And if you can change it, the only way you can change it is if you're alive. I ain't gonna be alive forever. So while I'm alive, I'm gonna work to change it. And that's where my mind is at with it, man. I'm not here, to work for nobody else. Now work for humanity, that's a whole nother thing. I'm not saying, when I say I'm not here to work for nobody else, I damn sure ain't saying I'm here to be lazy. I'm saying that I'm here to, not be under the indoctrinated mindset that they got us thinking. I'm here to work for humanity, for a great cause, which is what people see me doing. I just showed that at the end of the day, what does the map, as far as the Nazca lines that I've been showing, what does it come back to mean or tie into? Like I told people, water underground. What is the most? Water is the most, because of the world that we're living in and stuff. When you got money to pay for water, when you got everything to do what you're doing, you don't realize a lot of the stuff that you're really the most dependent on and what really matters the most. Out of everything on this earth, even more valuable than gold itself, the most valuable thing in the world that you can't live literally past 4 days or 3 days. They say 3 days, but I give it 4 just for the stretch. Can't live 3 days without drinking water, apparently, is what they say. I've never tried or did it, but I don't want to try. But water is the very most important, the most rich. It matters more than anything, because without it, you can't make certain foods or boil your food. Without it, you can't, you can't drink water. You can't hydrate yourself to live. Water is what you have to pay your body in order for you to continue paying the expense of life to live. You know, so that's just I was reading this and trying to see what this mess about, but you know, that's just a fact. You know, water is very important. So what I have discovered could be another way or a route to some water. You know, some clean water at that, and it's just dealing with the electromagnetic ley lines of the earth, the true ones at that. No longer going off of just the speculation that other people put out. Number 35, when added together, gives you the number 8, right? .360 of knowledge represents the total circumference of totality and completeness, because 360 together adds up to be 9. 9 is the end of a cycle and represents fulfillment and attainment. .360 of knowledge of the dark side, bafflement, and .360 of knowledge of the light, cosmic side, equals .720 of wisdom. 7 and 2, that's right. Adding 7 and 2 together, 720 together gives you 9. The Great Seal has 720 stones on a pyramid. In the 720 of knowledge, it is number in the 720 of knowledge is the number of divine mastery and ascension. This is what Jesus meant, that his Father had many mansions, meaning that one could enter into the temple of divine revelation. The number 22 constructively identifies as a master as a mason whose craft is to build and construct, a revelation of grand architect, master builder of the universe. 22 is a higher octave of 4. It means the secrets to many esoteric questions. That's right. I get what they're saying with the 22. Like I say, 22.5. Okay. I'm going to do some real quick. Now the goal is just the heart of numerology. 45 are loyal intents. Hold on. Nah. That's a whole book. Viral numerology. Do some real quick scamming and nothing. All right. Number pyramid. 45-degree angle number pyramid. Pyramid calculator, dimensions, angles, and volumes. Now it's time to go into images. Images is highly important. So you see 45 degrees right here as far as angles. And I'm going to put 0 through 9 too, just so it can help, because that should help. Now, you see, this is the stuff I was talking about. Upon clicking on stuff like this, you can see that the way that they do the numbers is nothing like what I be saying. And that's for all that I went through every number. 1 is at the top, and of course they got dots. It's not even based on the square. So number 1, that writes that one off automatically. Something like this right here. Same exact concept going on. No 45-degree concept, nothing. This one look close. Still nothing. I was trying to zoom in, but it won't. Still nothing. The results you might be looking. We'll go to DuckDuckGo too, just for the people who say, "Oh, you using Google?" You know, we're gonna use DuckDuckGo just for the heck of it. Leave no holes. I would go to the deep well, but I ain't never even been into that type of stuff, and I ain't finna even start trying because I ain't finna. Hell no, I don't need shit popping up. I don't need shit popping up. Real talk. That's why I don't fuck around with that shit. You got me fucked up. Cause I for real have to murder somebody ass then. I ain't playing, bro. I ain't gonna play. There ain't no hesitation, motherfucker. You leave me alone, bitch. I ain't gonna play no games, boy. Real talk. Ain't no waiting in me, man. Motherfucker be on some crazy shit on the web. Shit, 45-degree angle, 0 through 9 pyramid. Number pyramid. I literally can't believe this thing ain't. I can't believe this thing ain't on here. It ain't like I want it to be. It's like cause see, if I didn't want it to be on here, if I was telling myself, oh, I hope it don't pop up, I hope it don't pop up, then I would be going against myself, and it would be biased. Then it's like I'm in the even playing field. I'm right in the middle. It's like, yeah, no, I don't want it to pop up because hey, then that would mean hey, I'm wrong, you know. But at the same time, I want it to pop up to see, you know, hey, who know? Prove me wrong for the first time because ain't nobody proved me wrong yet. That's how I feel, you know. And I don't see anything, man. Goodness. And I'm not just going fast either. Like you can tell, but I mean, based off of the structure alone, I mean, stuff like this is the closest you're gonna get, but that ain't even it. That's just on that end, though, not the closest you're gonna get. Because if I just type in a number pyramid, something will. A lot of them will come up even close. But thing is, if they don't put the 0, then it's still not my work because that's what makes my stuff exactly what it is, the 0 and the X in the center. I'm looking for 45 degrees, you know, trying to see all of that good stuff, something, you know. I mean, none of these. Pyramid of numbers. I'm going to type that in too. That's a good title, search title. Nothing. This one is close. 0, 1, which come out to be 4. 2 times 4 come out to be 8, 9. So, no, 5. Okay, 5, 8, 9, 8, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 8, 9, 8, 5. 3, 4, 3. Still not the same thing. I can't, but I mean, still not it. I mean, until I see some squares, I know that they ain't even caught on. That's what I'm looking for, something like this. This right here is 22.5. This is 22.5 degree pyramid. How do I know that? Because they placed the squares in the center of the square. So therefore it cuts the angle of 45 degrees in half by default because it's halfway through. So this has to be a 22. If this ain't 22.5, as far this ain't 22 from right here to right here is not 22.5. That should come out to be Hold on. 72.4 or something like that. Or 77.5, I'm thinking. Something maybe even 76. I'm tripping right now. Having a brain fart, but basically 45 degrees plus the 22.5, which is 77.5. I'm thinking correctly. 14 and 5. I really was thinking it's 76. Man, stuff like that get to me. I can't, not until I get it right. Shit. Shouldn't have to go to no calculator. Just want to make sure. 60, I was saying 70, so 67.5. That's right. On the carry one more 10 too much. Thinking of 45 and then 22, you know. Which come out to be the 13 and the 0.5. I knew it. That's why I knew it couldn't have been 14 with the 7 and 7, because that would have been 14. I knew it had to be 13 and then the 0.5, because 1 plus 3 equals 4. I knew that enough. I knew something was wrong. That's 45 degrees. Still ain't the same thing though. Nadia, this is crazy. Not even that. I'm gonna even put in number pyramid 45. The other thing said pyramid of numbers, so I got to put that in. Y'all ridiculous. Nobody, nothing. Y'all is ridiculous for not nothing. Man, this is like, because when it's crazy to me, because when I look at my stuff, bro, it's like a kindergarten. It's just 0 through 9. It's y'all's. This one made me feel like I'm retarded or something. There's something wrong, man. Because I'm telling you, like, this made me feel like, and when I say retarded, I mean like some type of inverted type of polar retardation going on. And I had to make that one up. It's like some type of polar retardation going. It's like I'm the one who found out something that's so rudimentary, so discreet and simple, and I'm the only one who know it. And nobody in the world knows it, and it's like they looking at me like I'm the dumb one. But I know I'm a genius for creating what I created and seeing what I saw. So that's why I say it's like a polar retardation going on. I literally feel like a retard, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I literally do feel like a retard. I feel retarded, like, because I'm so alone in this shit, man. Till it ain't funny. Till it is funny. Oh man, nothing. That's close. It still ain't got squares though, which matters. It's very important because without it, it ain't the fractal. That's the whole key. The fractal nature of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See, they about got the same thing almost, but it still ain't it because I ain't count up to 9 with no pyramid like that. And furthermore, I didn't start from 9. Started from 0. So Oh, Nazca Lines. And then they said fire in the Great Ooh-wee. Nazca Lines. I'm gonna have to look at. I gotta save this one. I got to save that one right there. I got to save it. Don't care about the name, just save it. Straight up. Nazca. It's crazy. It's a small internet world. Dang. That I say Nazca Lines because of that right there. This right here, and then this 8x8. The number 8. Y'all know that's what we've been talking about. Shh, it's crazy. This is crazy, man. Oh, somebody got some sense, but they ain't there. They ain't. I be having hope in people, man. I be trying to believe in people. I thought he had it right here. That ain't it though. But that say 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. That's good. So I'm gonna click on that for the sake of it. That's good. So they almost got it. Trying to zoom in on this thing. See, they got 1, 3 right here. 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. And see, they doing this right here is like algebra. It really geometry is what it could be either one because algebra is incorporated within geometry. So I can't really just stamp what class this is, but based on the basis of the algebra, that's just simple math. Polynomials and stuff like that, that's just algebra. But this is at 45 degrees and it looks just like my stuff. It just ain't got the numbers, and then they as well stopped at the number 4 and proceeded on. Basically got the number 8 going on. So that'll be 1, and then 8 will be over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? Hold on. Well, 9. Okay, right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9. 1 and 9 will come together, and it'll be 10. But 5 will be right here, and this is not a 50-degree angle, So that's where things is thrown. It's not a 50-degree angle. It's based on the square steel, which is what I like, is that I actually see a square by square grid. And of course, with the whole polar aspect with the numbers, you wouldn't have that going on because 5 would be right here. We'll have 4 right here, and 6 would be right here. We have 3 right here, and then 7 would be right here. 7 and 3 is not polar. They got nothing to do with each other. So, very close, very, very close. Good work, though. If I look on down and see what they got going on, print pyramid, it's just something else. So they linking this with the great. No, not them. Not them. That was the other one I clicked. Oh man, y'all ain't even see it. I'm tripping. I forgot that happens. This is what I was looking at. Is this right here? With the 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, they had this right here, and I was talking about how this right here, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 will be in the center. 4, like I said, would be right here, and then 6 would have to be right here. 3 would be across from 7, and they have nothing to do with 3, 6, and 9, key to the universe. 9 will come together with 1, so that'll make 10. So that'll be, 3, 7, and then 1 right there. So that stuff don't go together. It doesn't create the polar opposite. So that was the purpose of me clicking on that one. But yeah, I sure have forgot, man, that shit happens. So yeah, man, let me go to DuckDuckGo just for the heck of it as I continue end out this video and everything. computer getting slow anyway, so I might have to cut it. So I searched for the number pyramid 45 to see if anything would come up. That's very close. Well, not very close, but the number 45. But and I was talking about this one here. If you didn't see it, that right there was intriguing to me. But that still ain't it. It's not out here, guys. I'm not lying. I have no reason to lie. People can, I know they ain't gonna do it on their own time, and they also want to see how I research and stuff like that to make sure I'm researching to what they call rights and stuff like that. You know, that's why I'm doing it, because people, you know, can go and do it themselves, is what I'm saying. If you can do it better, hey, why not do the job yourself? You know, but you can't say that I am not trying and doing it in front of you. What I can tell you as a fact is that it ain't out here. That's all I know. I mean, that's why you see so much irrelevant stuff. Google is a very smart search engine. If it was something out here and it was rediscovered means it's already been discovered once. It's been covered up, and then you discovering it again. If it was rediscovered, the depth of the information I'm talking about, it would be out there to be uncovered again. And that's not the case. So I'm gonna go to DuckDuckGo, man. Golly. That's why I said, and see, Google brought up more direct answers. You know what I mean? More stuff that looked like it than this, as far as in the first few. That's why I say, you know, just because you use an alternative, all of that, you know, you didn't use this search, and it don't really matter, because honestly, the fact that I just use Google, honestly, should let you know enough, because they got most of the answers anyway. If it's going to pop up, it's usually going to pop up on Google, whether in the recent searches or on down the line. And it didn't pop up on either one. Uh, it's I mean, it's just honestly clear. It's clear to see. It's just for anybody. And this video will stay up because it's just proof, you know, for anybody out there, whoever even tries to come at me on that tip and say that it's rediscovered, dude, it will pop up in some type of knowledge. I mean, the number 45, history, you know, secrets, something with the 45-degree angle. I just searched that. You can't say I didn't search that. I'm searching 0 through 9 pyramid, number pyramids, everything that you can think of, you know, the basic number pyramids. You cannot find it. That's dope. 45 degrees right there. That's dope. Hold on. How did they get that? Why is that? That ain't 45 degrees. It just looked like it. It's close. See, that's how you know I know 45 degrees when I see it. Because somebody else would look at that and say that's on the square, but it ain't. Nothing, man. Nothing at all. So 45 degrees pyramid. See what pop up then. And mind you, the image is the most important. The explanation is one thing. If the image is what's important, because what I'm drawing is what I'm getting at. What I'm drawing out, what I have drawn out, is what you ain't gonna find nowhere else. Literally, there's no explanation for it. You're not gonna find it nowhere. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not bragging. I'm just being real. It's not, you're not gonna find it anywhere. And that's the whole point of what I'm, really saying and doing. They're the triangulation of the ancient triangles is what they're talking about. That's what I was saying with the with this right here, the 5-point star, which you can see, right there. Those are the ley lines that they claim cross the earth. The theory ley lines is what they call them. The ley line theory. And it's just nothing out here, man. Nothing at all on it. People might as well just give me my congratulations on that, because I'm telling you, fam, you can work as hard as you want to, and you could, if this computer could stay up, these computers could stay up for millions of years, you could stay on here and search and search and search, and you're not going to find anything in that millions of years of what I've talked about. So that's why I'm just showing and saying PR Corey is legit, man. And there's nowhere around that. When it comes to this right here, it's a wrap. Yu-Gi-Oh cards. 357. Why would y'all do that? Starbucks. The number of Starbucks in every state. 357. Huh. What's that about? I'm always curious. So what is y'all talking about? What's up with this? 3-6, the mind-blowing secret behind the numbers 3. Oh, see, 3, 6, and 9, man. Everything is 3, 6, and 9. The mind-blowing secret behind the numbers 3, 6, and 9 is finally revealed. So you say. Let's see what you got. My stomach is growling. Y'all probably can hear it because it's a good microphone. Friends. How many of us have them? Friends. I get why them other niggas stay around. To be real, man, I get why them niggas stay around and be watching your boy, bro. Even though I know they can't stand my gut, bro. I'm used to it, fam. I am. That's why you nigga don't be tripping, bro. I be living life literally. That's why I say y'all niggas can't stop me, bro. I know why y'all watch. Y'all niggas be like, this nigga real as I can't stand this nigga, but he real as far as his information. This shit ain't nowhere. How the fuck this shit ain't nowhere? Like, I know they say that shit too, boy. Like, how this shit ain't nowhere? He ain't doing no line on that shit. I thought something was gonna pop up. Been waiting for a minute. But yeah, nothing. Anywhere. I say the same. This shit is crazy. Like, nowhere? You gotta be kidding me, boy. Polymath and art. Can I get it? This I gotta. It's like I got to get into it. What is? Come on, now. Y'all ain't got that rote right there, so a nigga can't read it. What's going on here? It's a website or what? And if it pop up, then I can bring. Yeah, there you go. This is what they had, so that y'all can. Because I got To remember to pull it up and whenever this thing do this. Okay, let's find out Nikola Tesla did mysterious experiments, but he was a whole other mystery on his own. Almost all genius minds have a certain obsession. Nikola Tesla had a pretty big one. Like niggas probably say I'm obsessed with 45, right? So I guess I'm a genius in that sense, based off that alone. Because the same thing he did with the numbers 3 and 6, I ain't gonna lie, it's like, and he was a Cancer too. That's the funny thing about it. Same birthday and all. That's why I say I'm nigga the Tesla, Negro the Tesla. You get it? Oh boy, that's a corny one. That's funny. Oh shit. Mm-mm. Boy, y'all gonna drive me crazy. Corny ones be the best ones. Shit. Negro, get it? Nikola Tesla, Negro the Tesla, Negro the Tesla. I'm the nigga the Tesla. He was walking around the block repeatedly for 3 times before entering a building. He would clean his place with 18 napkins. He lived in hotel. Okay, we've heard this. See, this is what I'm saying about the redundancy about the 3, 6, and 9. If you knew the magnificence of 3, 6, and 9, you would have a key. That's what a lot of people don't get. It's not the key. It's a key. You can have a big old house and have a bunch of doors. This is just one key to the universe, one room. I got another key that I'm showing y'all in real life. Be thankful y'all here to witness it. You know, you witnessing history be made. That's why I say y'all special too by that, you know, because you could have been anybody. But you here. We could be anywhere in the world, but we right here. Hey, we gonna be right here for this perfect day. They got me thinking about a perfect day. I used to love that song. That's by Jim Jones. He did have an extreme case of OCD and he was superstitious. However, he chose those numbers for a reason. Tesla claimed that these numbers were extremely important. Nobody listened. Just like PR Corey. Corey claims, PR Corey, I mean, they could just switch the context. PR Corey claimed that these numbers are extremely important, which they is. I'm showing niggas. You wouldn't have your compass. You wouldn't be you without 4.5. Your body, you know, 432 hertz. It's so, but nobody listened. He died broke, you know, nobody listened. You know what I mean? Tesla, we ain't going out like that. We're gonna enjoy our life this time. That's what we're gonna do. Difference between me and Tesla, he did easy not focusing on women. It was hard for me to get to the point of saying, you know, screw women. Not that I hate women or nothing like that, but I'm just saying screw chasing them, screw focusing on them, you know. Ain't no love there. You know, that's just what I came to realize. It just ain't no love there, bro. It's something else. He even calculated nodal points around the planet linked to these. What the hell? I didn't know that. He calculated nodal points around the planet linked to these numbers 3, 6, and 9. But why these numbers? Nodal points is the same thing as very similar to what I've been talking about. Very similar. Nodal points. What did Nikola Tesla tried? Wow. What did Nikola Tesla tried to make the world understand? It's so funny. What did Nikola Tesla try to make the world understand? Okay. Things will get a lot stranger. I told y'all I trip off of typos. They made me laugh. I trip at my own typos. First, we must understand that we didn't create math. We discovered it, the universal language and law. No matter who or where you are in the universe, 1 plus 2 will always equal 3. Everything in the universe obeys this law. Now, that's factual, Mr. Tesla. There are patterns that naturally occur in the universe, patterns we've discovered in life, galaxies, star formations, evolution, and almost all natural systems. Some of these patterns are the golden ratio in sacred geometry. One really important system the nature seems to obey is the powers of two binary system, in which the pattern starts from one and continues by doubling numbers. Cells and embryos develop following this sacred pattern 1, 2, 8, 16, which is 7, 5, 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5, 1, 2, 4, 8, 7, 5. I said 1, 2, 4, 8. I mean, well, 1, 2, 8. I mean, this is stuff I've already known. I'm asking for the 3, 6, and 9, please. As you can see, 3, 6, and 9 are not in this pattern. Scientist Marco Rodin believes these numbers represent. Okay, I've read this article before. To be honest, so I already know what it says. This is crazy. This is redundancy. I'm not getting mad or belligerent or nothing. It's just it's crazy. It's literally redundancy, and I know other people have read these articles similar. I mean, you don't see anything about the numbers 3, 6, and 9 in nature. If anybody can give me an example of where 3, 6, and 9 is prevalent within nature, it'll help me a lot, because I'm struggling to think of anything, any instance where 3, 6, and 9 is prevalent within nature, being the key to the universe. Because what does a key fit into? A key does something. It fits into a hole and it unlocks things. It unlocks information. It unlocks, doors. You know what I mean? That's what 45 is doing. 45 is a hole. A hole is like, hey, missing information. It's something that nobody knows nothing about. It's a dark area that nobody knows anything about. A key fits into that hole. 45 is a key. That's what I'm saying. And it fits into some holes. It opens some doors that people have never opened. It opened everything that I'm saying, man. It ain't nothing here. Nothing here at all. About no 3, 6, and 9. They got to step their game up. And I only talk like that and say that not to put, because like you just heard me do, I commended other people's work. I praise work when it's great work, but everybody repeating that doggone 3, 6, and 9 stuff. I ain't saying that 3, 6, and 9 mean nothing, but think about how many times it's really been repeated. Yeah, the truth is gonna repeat itself, but at the same time, what validity is people really repeating knowledge and statements, or is they really showing the proof behind it and applying it in their life? Because me, I'm applying 45 degrees in my life. I'm applying the numbers 4 and 5 in my life. I'm also applying knowledge of free energy, learning about crystals, because see, 3, 6, and 9 didn't teach me anything about crystals. I learned about crystals through 4 and 5, quartz, quarter, 1, for all of that, the depth that I learned about that from 4 and 5. I wanted to get to that point because that is 45 degrees. I wanted to get to this pyramid, what angle that is, that line. Because it's about like the Nazca lines when there was off shift. I had to think about that. Because I know my work goes into the Egyptian pyramids too. I just ain't really talked about that because it ain't as concrete as everything else. I know it got to do with it because of Fibonacci even being there. But it's just not as concrete as everything else as far as display and stuff. The Chicana is the name of the cross that I've been showing y'all. It's called the Andean cross / the Chicana. I know that if I type this in, they have other Chicanas where they have numbers on them, but it's not numbered like mine. And if they could simply take the Chicana cross and number it correctly, then that's my discovery, and therefore, if somebody has ever done that, they did it before me. but I still have not found it. That's crazy. So I'm gonna type in Chicana numerology. See how they got 45 degrees right here? They point that out for a reason. The Chicana slash the Inca people, which this deals with the Nazca line, and then 22 degrees. We just saw, dang. So we just saw 22, like they was just saying about the master numbers. And I told y'all at the end of the day, this right here, I'll look at this the way that I look at it, just me from my own perspective. I use this. This is the new Masonic square and compass. This is me as far as me, myself, how I use it. It's my square and compass. That's literally what I use it as. The way that the Freemasons identify themselves by that. I don't identify myself just with my double-headed eagle. So I'm not eagle, but bird. The crow specifically. It's this right here. It's through this Chicana thing. This is a religious symbol as well, but this is not just a religious symbol. This is a symbol of science. Once you really know the truth behind it. So 45 degrees, the degrees matter, and 22 degrees and 30 minutes. So, 4 and 3, which come out to be the number 7, like they were saying as well. And I'm pretty sure that this could have something to do with the direction of the Nazca lines, as far as how they was built to off some of the coordinates being off. Are you serious? That's all that they got on? Google got more than that. See, this is what I be saying. Chicana numerology. We just searched the safe searches also. Ain't nothing bad. I mean, nothing. I'm gonna go to Google because that DuckDuckGo stuff ain't about nothing. Google is where it's at. That's why people go to Google. Don't listen to nobody when they say, go out of Google searching. Google got endless doggone lists. If it's out there, it's gonna pop up on Google first. That's just a fact. Chicana. See, they got more stuff popped up than the other folks already. They are, and see, that's all that they really got there. It seems like, dang, they ain't even got a lot, not too much more. So see, that's the thing, man. And I know for a fact they hiding it. Is this literally me, viewing them actually hiding information? Because I ain't gonna lie, I done typed stuff in and more than this done popped up before. This is it. This is it. I mean, Pinterest got all of the examples I'm thinking of. You see the 45-degree line right there. I got this already posted and stuff though, and talked about this in other videos. But that's just going to show they really are discreet on this, man. All right, buddy. That's enough twirling. Oh, wow. We got to start it over. See, Pinterest is where it's at. They got way more information than Google got, on the Chicana. you know, as far as, well, I ain't gonna say that Google got, but that Google display. Because if this is on Pinterest, it should pop up in Google. They hiding this, man. I'll say that faithfully. Hey man, this is too much waiting. I ain't got time for that. That's the Nazca lines right there. I ain't even, my mind ain't even registered to pick up on that, but that's the Nazca lines right there. I just clicked on it. Damn. Wow. That's what I'm talking about. That's the 8-point star right there from those. Yep. Beautiful. This is my ancient culture. I can tell, man. It just seeing that it found me for a reason. I must got some strong energy, man. That's why they don't like me. Too potent. I'm too damn potent for them. This is what I was saying. This is the Nazca lines right here. That's it. It sure is. That's the center star. Lines and grids of energy. It's, boy, sometimes you just be looking at shit and don't even realize, you know, catch you off guard and stuff. Lines and grids of energy. Yeah. Water carries energy. So, you know, some people think you just be playing with sacred geometry. Man, I'm a young black man really discovering stuff and showing people you can do great stuff with just pencil and paper. I'm glad I can show, if I can be that person in the world who showed your great grandkids and generations on down the line that you can change the world with just a pencil and paper, no matter what other people think of you. They can call you Mr. Crayola, they can call you whatever they want in the world, but you can change the world and actually be something of great substance, or substance, I mean, to the world, just off of the basic materials that you got. See, it ain't what you got. And that's what I'd be saying about my people. I was saying that day, actually, in that video when I got into it with that cat. You know, I mentioned him earlier. But I was saying, and that's why I got pissed off too, because I was saying some important stuff I felt like didn't need to get looked over and omitted, you know, opposed to what they was taking it as. I was telling people that us as people, you know, we've always had that gift within us to make something great out of nothing, out of very little. And that's a fact. We take stuff where it's nothing. We the main people that's in the prison. And we take stuff, you know, that's nothing and make it into something, make something great out of nothing. And that's what I'm saying about me and what I'm doing. It ain't about what you got, dude. It's about how you use it and what you make out of what you already got. You can make a fortune out of something that's just very little. It's about if you apply your mind. Don't you know that you got a thought within your mind, in the ether of your mind? Every last one of us could think of, it's just waiting on you to think of it, to think of $1 billion / $1 million idea. And it's just waiting on you to think of it. It's about you going inside of your mind and searching for it. And you wouldn't have to work no more on what you're doing. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing, because it's a $1 million thought, literally, that came to my mind. The pyramids are the vision I got for the future, what I'm, you know, the discovery I've made, all of it, you know. It's all about how you apply yourself, man, and how you can't be looking at stuff negatively. And just because somebody used something cheap, hey, it's about what they doing with it that's cheap. Is they taking that cheap shit and making it look expensive? That's what matters at the end of the day, bro. You know, and I got that talent within me. That's why I don't let nothing and nobody say negative. If anything, I'm going to show you. I'm going to be the one who show you that you were wrong and show you a lesson in life and show you that, hey, bro, you can, even you on your end, to inspire you, you can take something that's very little and make something great out of it. Even though you judge me or y'all judge me and say, this and that, I'm gonna prove y'all wrong, and I am proving you wrong. That's all that matters to me. I don't even think y'all could see that Chicana thing that I just had pulled up. It was stuck on this. Yeah, y'all couldn't see it. It was stuck on this thing. So I was on the other thing, clicking and scrolling. And, oh, what's this about? An ancient code system revealed. Chicana of the Inca, an ancient code. That's stuff I need to look into. Andean Stargate theory. Back to the stars. Yeah, buddy. That's where it's at. Well, man, as y'all can see, bro, it ain't out there. You can look for yourselves and everything to try to find exactly where it's at. If you want to, any in-depth research when you got free time and you just on the internet, ain't got nothing to watch. If you're trying to, debunk PR Corey and you don't like me, hey, take your free time and dedicate it just a little bit of it. Try to find where the 45 is at. You find it, the information that I've been putting out to debunk me greatly, man. Come back to me, debunk me in front of everybody. Show everybody where the 45 been at. Do it. I invite you. Real talk, wholeheartedly. And at any time you can let me know. I'll let you do it publicly and everything. This ain't just talking, bro. I don't ever just talk on that. I'm real on that end. Just do it, and we can discuss, what needs to be discussed about it. But I'm telling you, it ain't gonna happen. But you can try. I definitely offer and open the door for you to try. But yeah, man, that's where I'm gonna leave that one at for today, man. I appreciate everybody who have stayed through. 3 people is in here. I know I haven't even checked on y'all in a minute. I saw 4 earlier, so shout out to the other 4th person that was in here too. I'm going all the way back up to y'all comments. The spider, I remember saying something about that earlier. How did that dude stand on his toes? I think you're talking about Michael Jackson as well. It was because he had something. I saw a video where they was explaining it. They said that he used to put something inside of his shoes that would help him retain that height and everything, or not height, but tilt. You know what I mean? Just when I think everything has been invented, here comes something else. Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I'm saying. Out of all of the years on Earth that people have been here, like, I be tripping, like, how in the hell me out of it? Because I ain't gonna lie, it was what happened was I was struggling so bad, man, and I was having a real deal talk with God one day. I'll never forget that day. It ain't the first time that I did, but I was having a strong talk with God, letting my emotions roar as well too. And I remember saying, I said, God, I need a way. At the end of the day, I don't know what. I'm not gonna act like I know your name or nothing like that. I know, all I know is it's something above me that controls and got power, more power than me. I know that for a fact, and that's all that I know. But I need help. And at the end of the day, when I said that I need to know whether whether you're real, and I need to know a way to make it, for my family and for me. I was letting my emotions out and saying, why is it that I try so hard with everything? Everything I try hard with is like people try to either hold me back, or, it's the people who is evil. If this is supposed to be a good world, how come it's the people who evil who is at the top? I'm literally laying this all out to God. I'm like, I ain't gonna lie, it make me want to do or go against the grain sometimes, because I'm witnessing them do evil. They living good, and then here I am. I could die any day when I'm fighting for what's right. And I'm like, I'm just down here alone and fighting, and don't nobody care about nothing that I'm doing on my end, and just expressing it. I not ever forget that. And then next thing I know, I mean, I had already been creating this stuff, but as far as the depth of me knowing and getting my cue of you gonna be straight, and next thing I know, uh, it got this deep. It's all I can say. It got this deep. So it's just, and it's not ending. It seems endless almost, and that's why I ain't leaving no stones unturned. Because see, if I would have stopped at just the 0 through 9 thing, imagine if I would have just stopped at the 0 through 9 pyramid. And just left it there, left the, that's the key, because that 45 degrees is what I'm saying. It was the key, like key to the universe. If the earth is what is really the center of the universe, then that means that the compass is the key to the universe. It's what gives you the key to directions and stuff like that, which is all measured off of 45 degrees too. But if I would have just stopped there, it would have left a whole bunch of information open for somebody to take my discovery that I just did and just go crazy with it. I mean, and found out all type of information. I mean, could write a book on it, literally. At this point, I could write a book, literally. And they would have had that, and it would have been nothing I could do about it. That's why I have studied it. I have been so serious on it, and I have dropped all of the information I have dropped on it firsthand, to deplete and put people out of that category. Because that's why I've always said I'm wringing the towel out dry. I ain't leaving no water in this towel. I'm doing this to help people, but it's for people to realize, hey man, if it wasn't for this man figuring this out, bro, it might have been some stuff in the future that we might not even know. Some stuff we might not have picked up on, because now people got to go back based off of what I've shown and go look at all of everything else that they've been learning or knew about numerology from a different perspective, and it'll help them. And that's what I'm here for. That's what I did for, literally, not just that, but shit, that's what I get out of it. 6 4 9 G equals G, right? Exactly. The G and the 9 is used interchangeably. It's a symbol type of thing going on with that. That's right. Look at those numbers on my last comment. I would hyperventilate. Yeah, it's man, I'm about to triple my money on the land I bought. Not discouraging anyone to invest, but the scammers are out. That's right. Yeah, I'm not encouraging anybody to go down that Bitcoin road, but I just got common sense. And plus, I'm just backed. A lot of people feel like it might be your only chance to get this money. Look, like I told people, when I get this money I'm about to get, it ain't going to just be cash. I told people I'm smart enough to tell them folks, not even just tell them I want $1 million in Bitcoin. No, you don't tell them nothing like that. You're supposed to be smart and tell them I want the same transfer, the equivalent of cash, of $1 million in cash in Bitcoin or however much it may be. Because if you tell them that, that's a big difference between telling them I want $1 million in Bitcoin. If you just get $1 million in Bitcoin and the switch, it might not even be $1 million no more. It might be $1 million Bitcoins might turn out to be $300. You never know. You literally never know. So if you tell them I want the same as far as, with the switch over and everything, that's how you save yourself. And that's exactly what I'd be then told them anyway. I'm going to get paid in both of them. So I'm straight on both sides of the fence. That's how you play it. It ain't, that way and I ain't got to do none of this investing that these guys doing. I literally saved my life, saved my time. I ain't got to put in all of that effort and energy and doing the nonsense. I just skip. How Mario got the levels where where you got the 3 pipes and you can go down the pipe and go to any world you want to. That's the type of person I am. That's what I'm doing. Motherfuckers want to play the game and stuff. I ain't got time for that. Y'all can have fun playing Monopoly and stuff. I ain't judging you. I am judging it, honestly, but you do what you want to do. But I'm just telling you on my end, I'm skipping the levels. Real talk. I'm going straight to where I need to get. I ain't got time, literally. PR Corey I don't play, bro. I don't got time to be. I don't got time to be wasting no time. They're saying the sun is the center point, right? Yes, that's what they were saying. I was a little worried because my birthday have 3 6s. So you don't worry about things like that. It's because numbers, all numbers got a negative and a positive aspect. Every single number. That's even the number 9. It can be looked at as negative or positive. It's just about perception. That's why I say the mind is like a receiver, and the word receive is in the word perceive, the same letters at least. Uh, and how you perceive something is how you receive in something, and it's all about how you do it. You know, so 3 6s is carbon. Well, carbon is in diamonds. Diamonds ain't bad. You know what I mean? So it's just all about how people view stuff. If you have an iPhone, you can set it to read for you. That is how I am communicating with you now. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. I like what Bro Sanchez says all the time. In order to know anything, you have to study it all. That's 100. Shout out to Bro on that one. 45, yeah, 4 + 5, right? You're gonna make me go back and review geometry. Believe me, I didn't thought about doing so myself. About sent myself down the same road. You are empowering me learning. That's 100% cool. That's 100. Because I am not visual, I don't enjoy movies anymore, but I do know they put knowledge there. They definitely do. And that's going to be my next video, actually, when I come back and talk about Transformers, my movie, man. That one specifically, Revenge of the Fallen, bro, that character, every time I watch it, I feel like it's me, literally. Yeah, I love that movie. And I don't love Transformers like that. Didn't like it growing up, but it's something about that movie. When my mom gave it to me, uh, I was connected to it ever since, and it was on bootleg. Because I am not visual, I don't enjoy movies anymore. But yeah, right. I just heck yeah, bro. I arrived right at 33. That's crazy. Shout out to Ernesto, man. He dropped that comment earlier. That's crazy, and he's from that area of Peru and everything. So big shout out to dude. I've been really in my heart searching to connect to those type of people that are from there, because I know that they know more about the Chicana than I do, and I feel like I really want to hear what they think about my introduction of the numbers and stuff to their religion. Uh, because I am an outsider coming in from a different perspective based on facts, but I just really feel like it will help them, about the truth that could have been hid from them about their own stuff. Because what I do know is that one brother that is from Peru as well, what he told me is that it's just like this. He didn't say it's just like the square and compass. That's me adding that in there because I compare it to that. But he said to me himself that it's a mysterious the only certain higher up people know the truth about this symbol, and that's just a fact. That's what he said in that video. So that was that lets me know enough. In your spare time, check out the search engine Brave. All right, I got you. I'm gonna have to do that for real. Again, F him. And if he don't like it, he can pull up. Yeah, do the trip. Yeah, shout out to Mr. CC. It is what it is though. But I know for a fact them niggas, they ain't ready on this knowledge on that 45. Boy, they can joke all they want, but they ain't. They already know. They be like, man, this nigga. I know they be like, this nigga. I can't stand this nigga in this 45 shit. I know that's what they probably say, but at the end of the day, bro, the truth is the truth, fam. And this is something that ain't going. It been here always. It just took me to figure it out, I guess. Literally, out of the billions of people here, and that's amazing. I can't lie, dude. I can't. If I didn't show that I was amazed behind it, that's like me throwing away God's, the Creator's gift that He gave me, and I know that more than anything, like they say, praise Jesus and stuff like that. More than any, when God has gifted you with something, specifically directly to you, and it could have been anybody in this world. One of the main things that would make me feel good if I was God is, that praise and being that happiness shown, to that person's life and, their emotional state and everything based off of what you did for them. angels, God, whatever people want to call this. I just know it's a higher power. I ain't gonna be nobody that's a butthole and act like I know what the name is and stamp something on it that ain't, approvable. I'm that's what I feel like life is about. It's about searching for the truth and they get revealed to you based on where your heart is at when you close these eyes and transition to the next essence of life. Uh, and that's what I feel like people need to realize. I don't got time to be arguing about what God is, right? I'm living on it. Nature is what will connect all of us, the love of nature. Hell yeah, you indeed you needed money to go buy those pencils the other day. Right. I don't love money, but the thing is I didn't need what I needed, what I really need is the knowledge to know how to create my own pencils, so that I don't have to go to the body and buy them. You know what I mean? But yes, I did have to, or I didn't have to. Well, that's what I be getting at. We get stuck in the aspect of thinking that we have to do some things that we don't have to. Like we don't have to go buy anything. It's about whether you got the heart and the willpower to manifest the things through your own work ethic and everything, to build the things that you go buy from somebody else, because every time you buy something, really all that that's doing is saying that either I ain't got time to do this, so I need you to do it for me, so I'm gonna buy it from you, or I don't have the knowledge to create this, so can you do this for me? I'm gonna pay you this. That's what I don't have the knowledge to do my electricity, have a free electrical grid and stuff like that. So I'm gonna pay you this, government. That's what we doing. And that's the definition of dependency. That's all I'm saying. With the money thing is that money shows a form of dependency. I'm the type of person that wants to and is striving to focus more on organic knowledge, knowing how to create the things without asking anybody for anything or having to buy anything from anybody. Because the more that you know and the more wisdom you can apply, the less you have to buy, and that's just a fact. And I don't love money at all. I don't care how much money I get. I could become a billionaire off of what I've done tomorrow. You will not ever see a different stance with me on money. It's not ever gonna change. I would never be the type of person to start acting like I'm up and above everybody just because I didn't got some money now and start acting different when I know how stuff just was for me. All that's gonna really be in my mind is I can't express even really where my direction and where I will go, because if you really want to do good things, you get held back trying to do a lot of good things in this world. So I got to keep some things discreet as far as what I really would have in my heart to do. But all I know is that I wouldn't want nobody to go through the same struggling that I have went through in my life. I want people who live ahead of me to be able to live a free life, a real free life. And damn it, I'm not gonna have people in this world thinking it's just an illusion to live a free life. People deserve that, man. And that's just factual. People deserve that, to live in this life and enjoy do as they please from the moment that they step foot on this earth to the day that they die. You don't tell nobody when to go to work, and if they don't do this, they don't get this. We ought to be working hard enough so where everybody could eat free. I can't stand when people, got a view on somebody who want to live free. I love homeless people who I don't like to see them. The first people I would help, to be honest, if I had them, the first people I would help, even though some of them don't want to help themselves due to their state of mind, but I still would. That's just where my heart is at. Cause I don't, dude, them be the most organic, down to earth people, you know. And a lot of people just don't got that heart, I guess. I don't know. They just feel like you're a bum and you nothing to the earth. Your mama should have swallowed you, and all type of shit people think. But once people heart change towards people, that's when the earth gonna get better. I'm just where that starts at least my type of people. Yeah, 3, 9, and 21. Yep, 3, 9, 3. Yep. Mother Nature is under attack, literally. That's right. My iPhone can read for me prescriptions. AI has been good to me. Yeah, artificial intelligence, something else. Alexa, um, and please don't go 3 days without a bath or a shower. Yeah, that's important. Very important. Ask the people in my city in Houston how important clean running water is, not to mention the poor people of Flint, Michigan. Yeah, that's messed up, you know, and that's why I'm trying to say what I'm saying about the water. I know that's what you was responding to probably at that time. It's about the water comment I made. Clean water is highly important, and that's why I say with my discovery and everything, I know it got to deal with the water. All I got to find out is where the points is at. That's why I say with that, I brought so much of a revolution to the flat earth thing. So it ain't, well, hold on. Ouch. That was a seizure, man. I'm all right, though. I'm good. They don't last long as y'all know, but you know, what was I saying? I lose my memory shortly after the episode. I ain't smoked in a minute. That's why I had one. It's been a good minute actually. Yeah, the running water. That's what I was saying. The water. What was I saying about the water though? See the thing. What was I saying about the water? Man, I hate. That's why I hate when I have those. My brain be so fried. For me to be so smart, that's the one thing. That's like my arch nemesis right there. That's what levelized me out. Cause man, I remember how sharp my memory was and everything before this shit. Did you know the four right angles make a square, but so does a pentagram? Four right angles makes a square, but so does a pentagram. Five fours. That's right. Pentagram. That's right. But did you know four right angles makes a square? That's right, but so does a pentagram. That's what I got to look into what he just said about the pentagram thing. Because see, if you take because pentagrams got the aspect of 108 degrees. The equilateral pentagram is 108 degrees, and 108 cut in half is 54, and 54 is the inverse of the cross section of 45 on my work too. So 4 and 5, like you said, 5 4 equals pentagram. You on point, bro. Real talk. Good stuff. Truth. Wow. Yep. I know someone is watching over me as well. I lose many battles, but I always win a war. That's 100. Damn, I always go against the grain too. You didn't look at the numbers 445. Uh, you didn't stay humble. Most definitely, yeah. You didn't look at the numbers 445. I didn't see them honestly. I sure didn't. Um, but people always talk about 444 or 144,000, and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I didn't look. I didn't see 445 throughout this presentation, but if I overlooked it, I sure ain't mean to. And yeah, man, it's just really, really, really imperative that I continue to do the things that I'm doing and show the evidence that I'm showing to back all of everything that I'm saying. Because if it was true or not, I mean, if it was not true what I was saying, something would come up and be able to refute me or somebody, you know. And I try to place myself in positions around people that can debunk me, people that I view even, smarter than me. I'm the type that admits stuff like that. I view some people as smarter than me, you know, and that is what it is. You said, stop, LOL, it is what it is. Right. I view some people as smarter than me. But, hey, that's something that's up for the air. That's up in the air and it's up for question. Of course, it really ain't nobody. I ain't gonna say ain't nobody. It's a fact. Some people is smarter than the next person. That's a fact. That's just, you know, some people make stupid decisions and other people make smarter decisions, but you know what I mean? Yeah. This has been a good little presentation, and the longer that I stretch it out, it take out time from, you know, if I decide to make any future presentations. So I ain't gonna just stretch this out and just talk just for the heck of it. I appreciate everybody who did come through, and shout out to everybody who did come through. If I do a roll call of Kelly Green and Ernesto Diaz, and I don't want to miss out no names. Mr. Misael, all of those people who came through. King, of course, for coming through. So yeah, shout out to everybody, man. I appreciate y'all coming through. It's 7 o'clock. I'm gonna let y'all have the rest of it. Peace out. Oh yeah, and we'll be back for the Transformers movie. I might do it tomorrow. It depends. Yeah, I'm gonna do the Transformers movie either tomorrow or, well, whenever things is right. You know, it'll be within a week's time, 9 times out of 10. So next time, take some time and discuss the silver ratio. Peace, brother. All right, I got you, bro. The silver ratio was something I just heard about, you know, just recently heard about through a video. I didn't even know that it, you know, was something that was real at first. But it's something I'll definitely, you know, talk about for you. You said, trust me, you get it. Hey, at least somebody do. That's what it's about. So I appreciate y'all, you know, staying through with me. You know, I'll see y'all next time for the Transformers, which won't be a long video, but yeah, we'll talk about that. Peace out.